Welcome to Keeping in Character. My name's Sam. I'm the DM. Then we have Bill over here.
Hi,
Ribos.
I'm William. I play Ribos.
Go ahead.
No, but
Yeah, no, it's just names.
Okay.
This is episode 3. They're, they
Right.
know.
All right.
Yeah,
So
if you don't know, go back and watch episode 1.
So then I'm Gonzo. I play Shkaba.
I'm Missy and I play Sunny.
And I'm Tasha, and I play Jeremy.
So last week, we ended up having some technical difficulties, which I've been trying very hard to not have them repeat again. So, hopefully that doesn't happen. And so we'll do a bit of a recap on what happened last week, and some of that will be a recap of a recap, strangely enough. So we'll start with Gonzo over here. Go ahead and tell us what happened.
Cool. Well, as you know, if you watched our episode before the one last time, we were in a tunnel. There it is, episode 1. We were in a tunnel, and as soon as we started going through, my main man Kip, he walked in and he was like, "Hey, you're going the wrong way." And everybody kind of looked at him like,
So what had happened a little bit before was Kip had made a deal with Shkaba to get this group killed, and Shkaba had let them know. So now Kip coming around the corner, a very awkward situation, and he took off back to the to his buddies looking to attack the group. As they were waiting, arrows started to come flying through, and one of them caught Yizgala as the group began running.
Yes, and Miss McCann, who was in the cavern with us, had sent us on our way and told us to run. And as we did, she was able to close a magical door to protect us for as long as possible.
But not before explaining where in the world they were going into the bottom of the thing. And it was essentially, look for the mushrooms. That's
Right.
that's where the exit
Find
is.
the monster.
Yep. All right, now walking down through the tunnel, you end up into a broken down tower, which led to a very large cavern, which seemed to be underneath of the tower before the whole tower collapsed.
Not wanting to have his hands full carrying the corpse of the recently dead heir, Ribos managed to convince Count Walgriff to go ahead and carry that body instead, to have his hands free for combat that was anticipated. And after we got down into the cavern a little bit, that exactly did happen.
Yep. Now, they entered into, there was a very large rusty iron door that was sitting in front of at the end of the cavern, along a large wall made of stone just built directly into the side of the cavern.
Yeah, we were able to get it open, and that was a room with a bunch of storage in it. Sunny was able to rummage through some things and find something very special to her. And not maybe yet, but seemingly could be. And then the rest of the party ended up opening some doors and trying to figure out escape route.
So there's a large ooze monster of some sort that seemed to corrode their metal weapons.
I forgot all about
No,
that.
yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Not
And
just
actually-
metal, but also wood.
Yep,
Yeah,
I forgot all
Ribos,
about
who
it.
once, very recently, wielded a spear, now has a quarterstaff.
Actually, on the way here, I came up with a joke about that.
Oh, super.
Have you ever heard Ribos talk about his spear?
No.
There's no point.
Beautiful.
I was sitting on that, waiting.
I love it. I love it.
So as
had to
they smashed through these, the metallic ooze, there was a pair of stone figures that seemed to be almost. Rivals thought they were undead. They're not quite statues, not quite golems. They're just made out of sandstone and barely kept together. So as they were smashing through these, they opened up another door, which was problematic. As Sunny ended up going straight down after a little bit. Ribos began talking to himself.
Jeremy's always talking, so.
A large metal version of what appeared to be long dead adventurers that had been converted into these creatures You're okay over there?
Yeah.
Came through and was stomping around and just smashing into each of the party members. Yezgala was able to lift this monster up with Rybos' help and shove it into one of the other rooms that they aren't entirely sure where it goes, but they know that there's a monster in there now and barricaded the door. And that's where we left off.
Lots of
Dead
teamwork.
to
It
us.
was good.
Anyway.
Thanks for keeping me
So
alive.
Walgriff comes walking around the corner and are they dead?
For all intents and purposes.
Carrying a torch in one hand, the body of the air on the other. Let's go then.
Not sure they were ever alive to begin with.
And where do you suggest we go now?
I don't know. And he points at the door that you just locked the enemy through. That one?
Not that one.
Okay, that one? He points at the other door across the room.
50-50 chance. You're bound to be correct.
I mean, I don't hear anything else in the other room. We could go look.
Yeah, I think we got everything in that room now.
Maybe. You went in there a little further than I did. What did you see?
Yeah, I only saw the 3. Obviously, one of them is in the other door, so I mean, you know.
I think it was 4 that you. There was 3 stone guys and 1 metallic.
Oh yeah, it was brutal.
Yep.
Yes, 4.
A big
My
fight.
All right. Well, you go first.
Okay.
Izgala kind of looks back and forth at you guys and like, shrugs, like, yeah, quick, go ahead.
Tis the
So-
only way.
Now, weirdly enough, I don't know what I did, but I did something goofy on the map, and there was a bunch of designs on the floor there that aren't there. But it's fine. They were just brick patterns.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now and frustrated because I'm like, man, I spent an hour. Anyway, so thank you. How do you go into the room? Brazenly, sneakily?
I
Shoved by Sunny?
walk up to the door
Oh.
and I kind of like, oh.
Is Sunny in your pocket right now?
Oh gosh.
Just
I
you could
think
throw that out
actually,
I think I might have been.
out
I
of
think you
character.
are, yeah.
we.
there. So, are you continuing to be in his pocket, knowing what's going on?
You should go first.
Okay.
Shut up!
Rybos,
Sorry.
Shut up!
do you
Fine.
do you need a moment?
Fucking door.
Shut up!
He's talking to me.
Ah!
Oh.
This is something he does. It's
Now is not
Yeah.
a good time.
maybe you should go in the cavern before you freak your friends out.
Ah. I'll walk out into the other room.
He's fine. It's just let's just move on.
Bunch of slapping sounds.
move on. I mean,
I suppose
We
wait
need
for
Rybos.
wait for the bird, and then we'll move on. So Jeremy, you're the only one still in this room. Is there anything that you'd like to do?
Jeremy's gonna be hesitant watching the situation. Also, waiting for Rybos. She feels very comfortable and wants to make sure that.
Sure. Go ahead and roll an insight.
You hear?
I'll eat when I'm hungry!
Nope. Lots of that.
18.
Be careful with that because they might be yelling into the microphone. So sorry if that was a little loud.
18.
18. All right. So you listen in for a little while, so we'll get to that in
Okay,
just a bit.
perfect.
So Shkaba, as you're walking into the room, how's this going? Is it
No, just
nice and low? Or is it?
nice. 1, 2, right in front of the door.
Right in.
1, 2.
Right.
With
Looking around.
Sunny in your pocket.
2 more,
What do you see? Should I come on out?
and then just walk on over to the middle.
All right. Doesn't seem to be any monsters in here. There does seem to be a lot of broken pieces of different alchemical equipment. There's a what appears to be almost like a distillery off to the side. There's a mortar and pestle that's broken behind a pile of rocks way in the corner. That's the northeast portion there.
I think yeah.
I pull Sunny out of my pocket and just
There.
point her over to the desk. Like,
Sure.
there's bottles over there.
Yep, there are 6 bottles sitting on top of the desk, 3 books, a pile of papers, and then what appears to be alchemical equipment. on a desk which seems to be almost tilted backwards because it's been smashed by a bunch of rocks that have collapsed inward onto that corner. But luckily, not the rest of the ceiling. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to walk into the room. Onto the southern wall, there's another 4 potions and then a few other baubles, including a skull.
Oh, fancy.
I out of his pocket and just kind of hover over to where the booths are.
You don't see any booze as you come out. You see off to the left-hand side, there's what appears to be some sort of distillery.
Yes.
Off to the right, there's all of the potion bottles. And then to the south, there's also more potion bottles, but they seem dingier.
I will scavenge.
Sure. Yeah. What are you looking for specifically?
Booze.
Booze?
Yep.
Other than those bottles and that kind of thing, you can go ahead and make a perception if you'd like. But those are glaringly, I mean, they're not necessarily booze, but they're liquid in a bottle.
50-50. Consumable by Sunny.
13.
13. All right, Shkaba, what are you doing?
I am going to let everyone else know that it's pretty solid in here.
Sure. So you just kind of,
Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see anything wrong in here.
come on. And this guy waves you over.
What about the rivals?
He's fine. And she just walks. He has his own demons to deal with.
Very well. Follow her in.
And Isgala is going to kind of just stand, kind of almost leaning, listening in on Ribos, but more just kind of keeping near the door and looking at all of you. Walgriff is just going to come directly into the center of the room with the body. There's no doors.
You hear a
other than
bit
that
more
one.
yelling and some crashing from the other room. Sound like somebody kicked a couple of crates, stomped on some wood, and
Isgala just shuts the door.
Ribos comes through the doorway, mumbling, I'm a Magator. I don't have to be a glutton like you.
Rivals?
Huh?
Are you alright?
Yes, I will be fine.
I can't have you losing your sanity now.
Sunny, as
It's
you're
far from that.
zipping around the room, you do find that, from what you can tell, what was it, 13 you said?
Correct.
Just those bottles. There is also what appears to be a lead distillery thing, like a big old vat up at the northwest corner there.
Okay.
So way too large to be lifted, but hopefully you could open up the top and that kind of thing, see how it goes. But
Okay. I will continue to just kind of fumble through everything, looking for anything that catches my eye.
alrighty.
Shiny things.
Is this a door on the west side?
On the west side, yes. Yes, it is. All of those white things. I made doors, and they didn't. It looked like garbage.
I figured it was a door. I just thought I'd ask.
Absolutely. They just didn't look right. So I was like, I'm just gonna put big white things on there. So it's like those
Makes
are
sense.
doors.
Yeah, it works.
I'll like grab the
that-
potion bottles. What's this one? One by one, see if I can figure out what they are.
Go ahead and make it would be an alchemical equipment check, but you're not proficient, I don't believe.
Where does that door go?
Straight rolls at
Is it the
2.
tunnel? Where we pushed that metal man?
He's got like kind of shrugs and he goes, "It makes sense. I think it curved that way, if I remember correctly." And that's the guess that you'd be able to make. It'd be a decent assumption.
I straight rolled with 2, so.
Brutal. You're like,
Yeah.
Right.
Shiny!
I'm gonna go.
you can go ahead and make a check for each of them if you'd like. And
How many total? 4,
so
5,
there's
7?
10 total.
Oh, okay, great.
Yep.
I'm gonna go up to the door and see
So
if it's
anything
secure.
that's below a 10, just don't even. Well, it just doesn't do anything for sure. All right. So that door, it is barred as well.
Okay. I think we're safe for now. I'll listen at the door.
You don't hear anything other than. Well, actually, go ahead and make me a perception check there.
6 of them are over 10.
Okay, cool. What were they? I
And
mean,
two,
never mind.
2 of them are 10s. There's a 14, a 13, an 11.
I should have just
16.
done it this way. That was a bad call. My bad. The answer makes
You
mistakes.
said over 10, so I just went high low.
All right. So 10, 10, 14, 13, 11,
And 17.
and 17. Cool.
It's better than my stats.
And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's. And then I think it was the first 2. And I'll put one in there and one in there. All right. So after looking around, you start off to where you are right there and kind of mosey your way down. So the first one you just, I have no idea what that is. The second one you pick up and you're like, that looks gross. Put it on the next one you pick up. Another big shrug. And as you go down, you find the very, very last one way at the bottom here. There's a what appears to be a shimmery golden potion that you pick it up and shake it, and it begins to almost like glow and sparkle. And you're like, ooh.
I will sit down and just like stare at it for a while.
No. So it does look like it's, and as you're looking, there it seems to be a little eyeball that kind of bounces through there, and you're like, ah,
Neat.
weird.
worm.
You're not entirely sure what that even means, but if any of them are going to be potent, this is going to be the one.
Oh,
Yep. It could be the main thing being the eyeball didn't rot, so you're like, well, it's preserved. You know, like maybe it'll do something.
gold glitter vodka.
Hush!
Weirdly enough, the eyeball is too big to come out of the spout.
So it grew in there?
You're not entirely sure. You're just like, well, this is the one I'm taking.
Maybe put it in there dehydrated, and when you put the liquid in there,
You?
rehydrated.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'll store it.
Sure.
Store it.
No alcohol.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, it's like a raisin.
All right, Shkabaz, Jeremy, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to check out these pieces of paper right in front of me on the desk here.
It's a raisin.
What
Raisin's
languages do you
awareness.
speak? Here's the thing that I didn't mention, and I wanted to mention on camera. Go ahead and erase common off of your thing and put down halfling. In this world, halflings ended up traveling a lot farther and a lot sooner than most of the other people, so that became the trade language. All halflings still speak it, and it's their language, but everyone else also speaks halfling.
I almost forgot.
So,
It's so far spread that most of all of the continent and then most of other places at least have some knowledge of the halfling language.
That's not half bad.
Okay, then I speak Halfling, Aarakocra, Orin, and Thieves' Camp.
Weirdly enough, you catch a few runes of Orin.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it appears to be things that are having to do with magic-esque stuff. It's more or less talking about essences of things rather than about ingredient names or something like that. So you're like, you just notice one here, one there, and you're like, oh, okay. This one means being fast, like the ability to be fast. This one is just being in the air. Not flying, but being in the air. And you're like, why are these on these pieces of paper? Everything else is just garbage.
Fold them up and put them in my pocket.
Sure. All of them?
I'm fast and
Yes.
I am in the air all the time.
Is that only the ones that are relevant, or all of the papers?
No, I'm gonna take. Fuck it, I'm gonna take all the papers in this
Sure.
folder here.
Sounds like a plan.
Jeremy's gonna go for books.
Sure. There are
Any-
3 books on the
Perfect.
north-hand side here.
Just gonna waddle on over.
So, looking at the books, you do see one of them has a similar symbol to the front of the book that you currently have.
Like my,
Your book.
my book.
Yes. It's the one in the middle, the big purple fella.
Okay.
I don't know if you had a symbol already written out, but if you didn't, now you do.
Perfect.
it
Perfect.
looks like that.
Looks like that. Perfect.
The other, what languages do you speak?
Just halfling and goblin.
So the other books, you don't have any idea what they're saying in them. You can go ahead and try and glean some information out of it with an investigation check if
Sure.
you'd like, but just to see
She's
what
read
the book
enough
is at least
books.
about.
Maybe she could
You
catch
can do the same
something.
thing with the papers, but when all you saw was those, and then you're like,
Oof.
yeah, cool.
Off, buddy.
Yep.
So
It's very
didn't really
appropriate.
look
I
at
know
it too
I'm
much.
not-
Rybos, anything else you're
Do
doing?
the other ones.
I'm just going to kneel down in front of the door, facing everyone in the room.
Sure.
Just start meditating, but as I do, like every 6 seconds, a pulse of spectral swords are going to flash around me.
Rybos. No one mind him. This is normal. And you see Walgriff just taking a couple steps back and moving back to the front door. Magic is not something that people see all that often. Now, you being a part of this organization, see it a lot more. And it's more common for people to see people in this organization and that you're using some form of magic. Walgriff is still put on edge because this, for the most part, this is the most magic that any of you have seen other than you. Which, you know, you grew up around it and now you're like, why is this place so not magic?
Yeah. You guys are doing everything the hard way.
Shkaba, you've seen a few people here and there use it, but it hasn't really been something you're super intimately familiar with, so you're not sure what's happening, but something's happening. And Jeremy, you've read about this stuff multiple times, but...
And the only experience I have is with my rune book, which is in itself, Jeremy doesn't think it comes from Jeremy. Jeremy thinks it comes from book, so that's all.
Right. No,
and she doesn't even she doesn't even understand that. So she is, she got a 6 on her investigation.
Gotcha, so she just...
Yeah. Yep. So she's gonna take that middle one though. That you know looks like
Leave the
hers.
others?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and write it down.
Got it.
Purple rune book.
I'll head over in that direction and be like, what you reading?
Jeremy doesn't quite know. This one very similar to Jeremy's book, so
Oh look, they kind of match. Neat.
maybe Jeremy just got extra.
Weirdly enough, it's almost like a lizard-esque leather that's purple.
Yes, very, very nice. Jeremy, keep this one. Yes. Oh, the rest, no, understand the rest of them, no. Mm-mm. But this one, very nice. Ribos is, he does stuff without books. I've never seen anybody except for Miss Beacon use any kind of magic outside of, you know, items.
As you look over, you see Ribos has slowed his breathing, and the pulsing of the spectral swords has changed to spears in time with his breathing, which is only every 6 seconds or so.
Fascinating. Jeremy'd never seen such thing before.
Maybe he has a book in his bag.
Maybe he has runes too. Yes, that could only be the case, of course.
Have we found a way out, or are we just pilfering?
I can peek under the door, but I think that isn't that where we put the guy? I mean, I didn't. You guys did it, but I can see if I can slide under the door and check.
You can slide under the door? Oh, I suppose. And she just kind of... You do fit into a pocket, so...
And Jeremy looks over and was like, I forgot that you do magic. Where are your runes? Where are they at?
Hey, the tickles!
Actually, go ahead and make a sleight of hand versus a perception. Because we're actively looking for something.
That's your
Sorry,
sleight of hand.
that's really loud. Jeez.
I thought you got a 20. I was
No.
like, oh, shit.
No, it's a 4.
What'd you get?
Versus contesting in her sleight of hand.
Yeah. No, so your sleight of hand.
My
her
perception.
Oh, okay. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Easy.
There you go. So yeah, he pulls away and like, get off me. She's hard to keep a hold of.
Sorry, Jeremy gets excited.
It's okay.
Personal space, I forget.
I kind of like this.
Large family lifestyle, touching all the time. Anyways,
So-
that's beside the point.
Go ahead and you fly over to the doorway. It does appear that there are underneath the door. It looks like it was almost dug out from underneath. There was something that like dug through,
Like a dog digging under a fence type.
kind of, but smoother than that, which is
Alright.
strange. But yeah, you could definitely fit.
As I go around Ribos,
I say, do you come within 5 feet of me?
I'm very
Yes.
cautious
No,
of
you
whatever he's
have to.
doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, depending on the timing, then
Mhm.
there will be a pulse.
It's not hard.
And you'll have to do a dexterity saving.
Yep. So it definitely would take quite a bit of doing that. So yes, dexterity.
So at
saving.
least one, okay.
Yep.
You got it.
So this is
It's
as
a
you come
nat
up.
20.
Nice.
Oh, there you go. So you don't really notice as you just right in the doorway, and it timed out oddly well. But go ahead and take a picture of that.
Oh, yeah.
And
what
but yeah,
do I
it just happenstance you didn't get smacked.
Put it back over here.
I'm assuming that was like what is it, the cantrip?
Yeah, it's sword burst.
That's
but
the one. Yep. Right.
I form it as spears.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You know, once I start concentrating.
I'm a huge fan of you guys doing whatever you want with the visuals, especially of the spell.
It's
And
more
even-
flavorful for my character.
Even if you want to fuck up with other spells and like take something and change it into something else completely, I'm fine with it, as long as it stays that way. That's always my big thing.
Yes, consistency is key.
Mm-hmm. In the home game, I'm playing a druid soul sorcerer. It's like a
That sounds fun.
right. It's pretty similar to a divine soul, but it's just a little different. Like good berry and it's
Good
all
mushroom.
kinds of
Good mushroom.
Yep. Anyway,
What do I see?
so when you crawl over there, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Sneaky, sneaky. Ha, that one.
Oh.
So you come out.
Yeah.
Ooh, back to
What's
back
your
crit.
AC?
So 16. So total for the stealth would have been 7. I know. It's not really.
Hold on one moment. I'm just pulling up some information here.
Take a picture of that one
But
too.
yeah.
Yep. Sorry, one more time. What was your AC?
16?
16. All right. And that hits.
Ooh.
Oh no.
You take 3 damage.
Oh, that's not bad.
This thing barely catches you and just, and you're like, ah! And it apparently was right where you came out of. It was. It had heard you squeezing through there, or ribos is pulsing, or something that made it stand right at the doorway. So as soon as you popped out, it just.
Was there an audible noise with?
Oh
with
yeah,
the
absolutely.
hit?
Yeah. Like a man made of
Climbing
metal
against
punching
it.
the shit out of a stone door that you're directly in front of.
I don't have
Yes.
any reactions
Like,
to level 1, do I?
Come out of
Uh,
my meditation and stand up.
What
was that?
What are you looking to do? Oh, are you looking for like the drunken monk stuff?
No, well, no, that I don't have any of that yet. I was just seeing if there was anything that I could do.
Right off the bat?
I'm just gonna get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, right off the bat, no. But then you'd be able to with the. Do you have the thing? Do you have Step of the Wind at this level? Gotcha. So that's gonna be fun.
Cool.
All right. So as you're crawling underneath the thing, it gets an attack of opportunity on you.
Oh,
And 14.
does not hit.
Hey, lucky you. So it
Shivers.
He's still there.
starts, and then you
Still
just
there.
hear punching on the door. Do you stop your? You hopped up.
Yeah.
so
I
no
go, what is that? And then I realize, oh, well, I guess we're not going that way.
Yes, it's
And then-
Sonny, what were you doing?
This guy was like, that was my fault. I encouraged her. Okay, so we know that that goes to the other tunnel.
Well,
You guys pick up this vat and like set it in the door somehow.
How
Fill
big
the
is
hole
the
up?
bat? Can we move it
This
in front
Gala
of the door?
shrugs and comes over with your help, and
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
you're
well-
between the two of you, you are able to move that. I don't
Watch
have
out,
that
Sonny.
as a figure, so what I'm gonna do is put a big old red box right there. So that is that. But strangely enough, you guys do notice something.
Ooh, I love noticing stuff.
the skull moved.
Hold on.
Intellect devourer, no!
Hold on. There it is. There is a doorway
Oh,
just behind you.
look at that.
Yep. That when, as you pull that thing away, it's like partially open. Yes, that was one of the hidden rooms.
How very convenient.
So
Nice,
the
nice,
thing
nice.
was very heavy, but after you lifted it up, moved it out of the way, you found an old door that was kind of slightly opened already. And from beyond there, you can see potion bottles lining the shelves.
Wow.
I guess your foolishness led to a decent discovery.
And I just like start floating like down the line of potion bottles with
Yep.
caution to the wind.
This
Is
guy
it
was
the
gonna
way
look in
out?
there as
Is
well.
it the way out? Please tell
Uh,
me it's the way
No,
out.
no, there's no way out. It's his storeroom.
These look like a clavo. Ese cortito.
And she pulls one of the bottles off the shelf and puts it in her bag and just continues to look around at the stuff on the wall.
Scotland, what did you take? What is
It's a
that?
healing potion, from what I can tell.
Is there more of those?
That's what I'm looking for. And she's just going through, and she grabs another one off the thing and then hands it back to you. Are there any?
Put it in
Let's
my-
think here. What would catch Sunny's eye?
Anything that was sparkly, shiny,
Sure. There
or
is.
had an essence of wine or booze.
Sure. Okay. So looking around in there, go ahead and make either perception or investigation. Shkaba, what are you doing?
Well, since they're checking out the little closet, I actually am going to admire the skull down here.
Sure.
Caught my eye earlier.
It is what appears to be a halfling skull. Yep. They're slightly elongated compared to a few of the other races. Very small, like a child's skull.
Am I able to pick it up? Can I
Yeah,
pick it up?
you sons of bitches. So as you pick it up, you can't pick it up. When you pick it up, and it seems to be attached, and you start hearing a grinding noise.
Yes. Okay. Sorry.
You
I'm a
gotta be
child.
kidding. That's hilarious. All right, yeah, and then you do notice another door. Stone doorway kind of comes back and slides off to the side and reveals another strange little storeroom.
Oh my goodness.
Shkaba?
This is
Amigos.
very complicated place for a tunnel.
Please tell Jeremy it's a way out. Please
It
tell
was,
Jeremy it's a way out.
some wizard's tower at some point.
Oh yes, that's right.
Jeremy
Let's go
feeling
check
quite
over this door.
claustrophobic in here if we can't find a freaking way out.
This crazy
Sassy
wizard.
Jeremy. Sassy Jeremy.
I only rolled a 6, so I'm going to set down whatever
Sure.
was in my hand and go towards the door.
Okay. Are there any of the potions you'd like to grab, especially if there's a particular color or sheen or something like that that you'd be looking for? Or is she just like, meh, and then now flying off?
Whatever was in my hand at the time, I will just carry over with me. Be like, what was
Okay,
that?
roll a d10.
I wasn't prepared. Hold on. Got it. 3.
3. Okay, so you grabbed a grayish looking, well, no, I'm sorry, more of a, it's filled with what appears to be moss and broken pieces of wood and then metal flakes in there. And you're like, okay,
Yeah.
put it in your pocket and flew. All right, so Shikaba, you pulled the skull and you're still, and eventually go ahead and make a athletics check to open it up.
Yeah. All right. 3.
So, he's like flapping his wings, trying to get it out of there. But yeah, it's held on pretty well.
This is not my forte.
Jeremy's like holding onto her hat.
Like, you really want that skull that bad?
I guess not, but I mean, I was just trying to open the door, so I figured if I pull it all the way off, the door's gonna open right up.
It's fully open. It's,
I think you did a good job.
Oh, I got the door. Oh, right there. Oh, yeah, I do better.
Shkaba, how about you go check it out for Jeremy? Go check it out for everyone.
Okay.
I'll fly into his pocket.
sure.
And tell Jeremy it's a way out when you get done.
I would like to
Okay.
hear that as well.
So there are 5 boxes in there that are all not as dry rotted out as the other ones. They seem to be better preserved.
Okay. Do they have any writing on them or anything?
Nope, no writing.
Nothing?
No, just boxes. Are you, Rivos, you said you were going over there or no?
No, I'm
Okay.
going to stay right here.
Sounds like a plan.
Do you see any other
Walgriff
doors?
walks across the room away from you behind his gala.
No, I don't see
No,
any
that's
doors in here. There's just a lot of boxes.
Oh, Jeremy's not going to be happy.
I want to knock
Couldn't
on the
make a
box.
perception. Actually, what's your capacity?
10.
10. All right.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
probably not. You hear mumbling.
Can I knock on one of the boxes and
Sure.
see if there's anything making
Which box?
the box that is sitting on top of this other box?
You- It seems like it's filled with something, but not packed with something. See what I'm saying? It's not like grain sitting in there, but it's something is in there.
I'm able to pop it open by
It is nailed shut.
What's in there?
I don't know. I can't open it.
See any cracks that I might be able to squeeze into?
It's a well-made box. Probably not. But go ahead and make a perception if you'd like.
I will come out of his pocket.
Sure. You'd have to do that.
7.
7? No, not so much. This is a very, I mean, it's nailed shut, and it's supposed to be, from what you can tell, very, not quite airtight, but it could be close enough, kind of thing.
I'll fly out. And be Like, I didn't see a door in there.
What's in there?
It's a lot of boxes.
Really nicely made.
Just calling out from the room.
It's a bunch of
you just see
boxes.
like a head.
What's in the box?
I cannot get the box open.
Ooh, ribos. You're good at that.
Let me check it out.
Yes.
All right.
Maybe he finds
So, which
the
box would you like to open?
Shkaba, which box do you want me to open?
How about you could try the one in front of you?
That seems reasonable.
All right.
I'm over by.
Oh, sorry, which one was it? The one directly in front of you, or the one in
The
front
one
of
in front of me.
Shkaba?
The very bottom right.
Gotcha. I'm gonna put a red X through it. Bottom right. Oop, or a box. That's the one.
Yes. That
And
one.
I've moved out of the room. I'm over by Jeremy.
Okay.
That's fine.
Will you move, Sunny, please?
Yep. Thanks.
And go ahead and make a. Well, actually, how are you opening it? Are you just trying to pry
If
it?
I can just pull it open,
Sure.
I'll
Go
try
ahead.
to do that.
Go ahead and make a athletics with disadvantage because that's hard to.
No tools.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, well, I rolled a 14 and a 13,
There you are.
so that's not too bad. That would be a 17.
In a feat of strength, just tears the lid of this box off. And once you get the one, you're able to just pry the rest of it open. It appears that in this box, as you're doing that, you can hear almost like clanking of glass. And, as you pull it all the way open, there appears to be straw, then glass, parchment, straw, glass, all the way up to the top. These appear to be potion bottles, beakers, vials, all kinds of glass.
Empty or
product.
full?
All empty. Yep. This and all complete with cork stoppers. So this is appears to be where they would keep a lot of the extra supplies.
Well, this is useless. What's in the next box? And this was seem like the first one was a little difficult, so I'm gonna take the corner of my shield or the edge of my shield and
Sure.
try to pry that
Smash
between
it.
the lid and the box. Not
Alright.
smash it, but just try to
I see what you're saying.
pry it
Wedge
in
it
there,
in there.
wedge it in,
There-
use it as a lever.
It is the area that you'd have to be in there. You'd have to get a wedge in first in order to really truly.
Well, I'll pull out
do
a
that kind of
dagger
thing.
then.
Okay, yeah, sure. You put that in there and then kind of smash it in, and then are able to use that to pry it up. So go ahead and make an athletics check.
That's a good hit.
21.
21. So you're able to get it into the right spots, and then eventually just pop it right open. This one appears to be filled with rolls and rolls of parchment. Pretty well kept for being, however thousands of years old that this is.
Jeremy, you like books? You need
Yes.
paper? This one has paper.
Jeremy could use paper.
Sure.
Jeremy will wander, not like right behind Ribos. And Ribos, is it clear in here? Can Jeremy just come in?
I don't see anything in here but us and these boxes. and some
Alrighty.
rocks.
Well, I rummage, you break more.
I'll go ahead and make a perception or investigation.
I'll start working on the next
Cool.
box.
Shkaba, Sunny, what are you guys doing? Go ahead and roll with the athletics with the same.
Ooh, not so good that time.
I'm gonna
10.
look at the books that
Sure.
were that, just to see if I recognize
Yeah.
any of the stuff.
What languages do you speak?
I have halfling, goblin, sylvan, and undercommon.
All right, you actually can read one of them.
Okay.
It appears to be a Sylvan book. And the Sylvan book is all about parts of the Feywild that you recognize a lot of the names of these things and stuff like that, but it appears to be how they relate to magical components in potions, if that makes sense. It's almost like a catalog book of, so when they open it up, they're like, this is ghost grass. And, then they can tell kind of what it is in there. And
That's the good stuff.
I will flip through the pages for a moment. I will hear the commotion of the room. I will make room between the potion bottle things that I have taken.
Sure.
And I will head to the other room.
There you go. All right, so that if you're looking at a piece of the Feywild and trying to use that as a potion, you would have advantage to identify what the heck the thing is, essentially.
Got it.
Or actually, no, it would just be to identify any flora in the Feywild, if that makes sense. That'll be a little
Okay.
easier translate there. But yeah,
18 for Jeremy's investigation.
18.
He's like in the box,
yes, absolutely. I have to actually
Yeah.
physically climb
almost,
into the box.
like feet
So-
kicking a little bit.
You are able to find another box within that box that you open it up and there's ink, all kinds of ink. And you notice something about this. This isn't the same ink that Ram was using. And actually, weirdly enough, looking at this and thinking of Ram, it starts to hit you. That guy's dead. Like this guy who has trained you in reading and writing, you watched him bleed out in the street and ran. And now you're in a box in the middle of a ruin trying to escape this place, staring at this ink.
Jeremy's looking at it.
Which is a higher quality ink than he has ever seen, most likely. This is the stuff of kind of. This is something that you would see in a wizard's tower kind of thing. And Jeremy gets very quiet sitting in
Jeremy
the box.
actually is halfway in the box, kind of wiggling her butt, and then stops, and then actually crawls into the box and kind of sits and curls up and looks at the ink. And Ram would have loved this. Then just start kind of in the box, just taking. Yep. So she just crawls into the box, and that's what you see.
What'd you get?
10.
As you're opening it up, you do get it open, but the dagger's bent. You'd be able to use it for the rest of this, but it is damaged. So you could unbend it, but
Stab him around corner.
Right.
That's an
Awesome.
I will take this. You're not
It's like a
going to use it.
boomerang.
They say Ribos is not strong. Just bent daggers.
And I won't even pay attention to what's in this box. I'll just move it and go at the next one.
It crashes to the ground and spills its contents. And then as you go up to the next one, go ahead and roll a thing there. Or are you just coming back to the room, right?
Yeah, I came back to the room, and I will climb into the box. What is that?
Ink.
What's that?
Jeremy's sad. My friend Ram would have loved this ink.
Well, put it down if it makes you sad.
No, I keep it with me. I need to make sure that I replace him in this world. Do my best. And she's gonna close the box and
He could fit
Hug
in there
it.
too.
oh, Sonny.
All right, we'll just sit here.
Yep, sit quietly.
Yep. And as you say that, as a box falls behind you. As Ribos is just angrily smashing this thing in.
13 on the next one.
13. You're able to get probably that one open. That was the DC. I'm assuming move on to the next one, or
Yeah, just opening,
It
moving on.
it is partially collapsed underneath of a pile of rocks. So he comes over without even thinking, just
And roll the 1.
oh, no shit.
Oh.
All right. So
Like, I got it.
move you there.
Stupid
Shkaba,
bent
are you
dagger.
looking through the spilled over box?
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that it appears to be filled with bundles and bundles and bundles of dried herbs and other things like that. A bunch of clay in pots that were on the bottom that are now broken and spilled all over the ground. And it just an odd assortment of things that you feel like you could find in somebody's house, hanging up somewhere or hidden somewhere, that kind of thing. But you can only think that this has got to be for some sort of alchemical thing because of all the other information that you've had. But it seems pretty mundane, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know.
Then you go through and start looking through the next box, and that one is filled with different bits of leather and cloth and different hides and things like that. Some of it in scraps, some of it in full big, not big chunks. Like it's not the raw thing. It looks like it's cut down into bolts, kind of deal. But it's
Okay.
also thrown in here haphazardly. So which is odd. But yeah, there also appears to be a very fine thread and almost what is it? You have like the leather awl and then I guess like a leather strip with it, and then there's just spools of that in there. It looks like this is made to craft something. And then you all start hearing a rumbling noise. As Ribos had smashed into the box, pried that thing open, pulled the box out, and the weight of that it was supporting pulled out a rock, and then another rock crumpled and rolled. And go ahead and make a dexterity save to not get smashed by rocks. And so you look up and the ceiling starts to break down from where you're standing.
Is this only going to affect me?
We'll find out.
At this point, it makes a difference on my save.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I can use my
Oh, no. That's fine. This would kind of target you.
Look at that.
nat 20.
Hey, there you go.
Woo!
So Rivals
Nice.
move and just begins just drops what he's doing, jumps over the box, and before you even realize where you're going, you're running towards the exit. Shikaba, go ahead and make a dexterity, and you both as well.
Yeah.
You guys with disadvantage being in the box. It's definitely easier because you're not right there, but the ceiling is collapsing.
Cool.
Yep. You're not sure how much of the ceiling's collapsing. Okay.
That one.
Brutal. Sunny doesn't realize what's happening. She just Rivals to smashing shit again.
16.
16?
8.
8. Did you take a picture of that fella? And did you do yours as well? Cool. So yes, Ribos makes it first out the door, then Shikaba, and then Sunny is in the box while Jeremy just crashed on the ground trying to scramble and kind of gets into this corner here and just staring up at the ceiling, which is half collapsed. So I'll go ahead and draw where that's at.
When I run by the box, do I notice that those two aren't reacting?
Yes and no. You notice that they're in there and they're slower than you, but you didn't notice that Sunny's just not moving. The only thing that gave it anything away was the fact that Jeremy was leaving, so you assumed that Sunny was. But luckily for Sunny, that was the line right there. So
What's going on?
you pop your head out, and then there's just almost like a slanted 45-degree angle of ceiling and rocks that have stopped falling and smashed most of the boxes that were there.
Was the ball this close a minute ago? Are you guys moving things? Why are you okay?
Weirdly enough, you see that
Yes.
Jeremy is clutching the box of ink, which is, you didn't even realize it was in your hand until you made it out.
You really like that thing, huh?
Yes, and Jeremy's alive to use it, hopefully.
Shut up, it's not funny.
And I will,
I'm sorry, Ribos.
Don't say it was funny. Híjole.
I'm just scared.
That was kind of rude. And I'll fly out of the room.
Izgala comes running over and he goes, "What have you done? What is happening?"
It's the rocks were unstable.
The rock, it fell, it made a big rock, and now it's a small room.
No worry, Jeremy's alive.
He's just moving along.
Did everyone make it?
Yes.
And you hear Walgrove, he's like, we should leave.
Did you find the door?
Nope.
Why don't you lead the way?
Where
That's what you guys, I'm here to carry the body. That's my job.
All
You
right
guys
then.
are-
Do it quietly.
Yep. Just,
He's really crabby.
well, yeah, so those goods are smashed.
Maybe misunderstood.
But the box with the parchment and ink is perfectly fine, and so is the other box that had, and liking, glass.
Yeah, the first one was porcelain.
They were shaken, but nothing appears to be broken in there.
These are nice new bottles.
Oh, yeah,
and they're
yeah,
fresh
absolutely,
corks.
yep.
I will take whatever looks like a great storage bottle.
Sure, yeah. That's exactly what
Yeah.
this thing is meant for. So how
fresh
many
cork.
of those do you want?
I'll just take one that
Sure.
I think is like a solid choice
Yep.
for like
Nice and
wine.
thick, so it won't break. But then
Yeah.
it's large enough. It almost looks like it looks more like a, you know those little trash cans that are like they're kind of circular, and then it looks like basically a moonshine jug.
There
You know what I mean? Yeah, that kind of thing.
Ooh,
Just
nice.
yep.
That's perfect for you.
No, it's not this.
Yeah.
For Sunny,
Yeah.
it's like for me it would be this
Yeah.
kind of thing. But for Sunny, it's this.
So like southern
Yeah.
jug,
Oh yeah.
right?
That's the one. Yep. That's the one. Oh yeah.
Just my size.
You can definitely fit in it as well. I mean, that's
Jeremy's gonna get in the box and grab 10 pieces of parchment and
Sure.
stuff it with the rest of her parchment in her
Yeah.
backpack.
sounds like a plan.
And the ink box that she's gonna put in.
Sure.
in
I'll
her
go ahead and
backpack
make
as well.
you would be So I know this probably isn't on your sheet, but you'd be proficient with scribe's stuff.
At calligraphy tools? Yeah, I was
Actually,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
go ahead, make an intelligence check with a proficiency bonus because of that.
Gotta be able to
Yeah.
write.
Yes.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Oh, yeah. Brutal. All right, inspiration. Everyone gets inspiration every time we play, but you can only use it on yourself.
Yay, did it. Let's
Because
see.
I always forget to give it out and forget to tell people that they have it in the beginning of the game. People remember about halfway through.
13.
In times
13.
of need, we remember.
So you're looking at it and you're like, and you pick up the ink and you look at it and you're like, this is high enough quality that you have seen spell scrolls, and this is what they'd be written on. So this is good enough to be written or to write spells with, kind of thing. So finding the right buyer, you could sell this, or you could just keep it for yourself and have way better paper than you ever have any need for. So there's
Beautiful.
that.
Got it.
All right. So 2 dead ends.
So, I mean, that guy was kind of digging a hole under the door. It's probably just a matter of time before he comes out here. So, any ideas on how we're gonna get out of here?
Well, not that way.
Jeremy thinks we can't go back the other way either. Who knows how long Miss Pecan can hold.
We haven't explored that room at all. We don't know where it leads. We don't know if there's another passageway.
Then we have to go that way.
I don't think we're ready right now. I don't know if we'll survive that unless we come up with a damn good plan.
Jeremy has lots of cotton mouth and very tired.
I heard you say something about a health potion. How many were there?
2.
That's not enough. Is that enough?
Well, it's better be.
Awesome.
Can we share?
I don't think so.
Jeremy does not think.
Kind of. I can do something with them, but I don't know how much we'll get out of it.
Jeremy can't help like last time. Jeremy
The
down
magic
for the
won't
count.
take. I can make them weaker and dilute them and make it still function, but
I'm gonna pull out the gold shiny
Sure.
one. Is this one?
no, I'm not sure what that is.
How about this one?
Definitely not.
All right.
Just go over to the shelf and start. What about this one?
Shakes her head.
Do you think this is a good place to rest, Isgallen? It seems that monstrosity behind the door could get through potentially.
Not behind that thing. And she just points at the big old thing. It'll wake us up before it comes in here, at the very least.
That's fair. I don't feel a need to rest, but I know everyone else probably does.
It's all up to you. If you think that time is of the essence, we only have, by my knowledge, 10 days to get to where we need to go. It is only about a week, but you never know.
Well, if necessary, I do know how to properly dispose of the corpse.
Yes, but that's the point. We're trying not to dispose of the corpse. We are trying to speak to it.
You are trying not to dispose of the corpse, and I
The country
I
is
am
trying
here.
to.
I am here to assist you.
Jeremy needs leverage, so body needs to stay intact.
Can't use body for leverage until the rigor
No,
mortis
no,
sets in.
she means political. To get that her people were attacked. The war crimes.
Sorry,
He's a
sorry.
literal.
No, Rivals. I know where you're at. No worries.
If we have a good plan, I
I'm
think we
glad
can
it
do
was
this.
logical.
Jeremy agrees. I think we can play smarter, not harder. If you know what I mean.
Harder.
Sorry.
Thank you. Harder. Yes.
I think
Your halfling needs work.
Jeremy work on Jeremy.
You're the one with the books. You then tell us how to do it. Smarter.
Jeremy doesn't really know too much about these books, just enough to get by so far. Jeremy's still learning.
Why don't we throw some of these potions at him?
I don't know. That's smart.
We don't know what they do. They might burn him.
Or explode.
Perfect.
Maybe all of us. The cavern, just like the instability.
There's a completely empty
Instability.
room on the other side. And we just
Instability.
throw them against the wall and see what happens.
I'm gonna take the book that I found and like go in the room.
does
and
sound kind of
pretend that I'm,
exciting.
like, analyzing each potion to the book. I don't know about this one.
them as you're looking, they appear dull almost. That they're like, this one's gross, and like, this is not gonna work. You know, but some of them you're like, this might. Yeah. Oh yeah. Popping off one of those. Go ahead and make a Constitution save.
Ooh.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Meow.
Oh wait, that's Sunday.
You're right. You're right. Constitution?
Yep.
Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay, it's a 7.
Oh. So you just vomit on the floor. And
Oh,
just
that's weird.
Oh,
cork the
No,
thing
I
and put
could
it
do
back.
that.
Sonny, that's disgusting.
this is not helping.
It's just alcohol that comes out. Just booze.
Just liquid.
It's an alarming smell.
This isn't working. Put the book away, and then I'm gonna like rummage for any like remnants of. Oh, I have wine. I totally forgot. And I'm gonna take the bottles of wine that I had. She
Yeah.
given me a few of them.
Yes.
And I'm gonna start funneling
Just-
them into my new jug.
There you go.
Yeah.
You do remember when you're searching through the garbage in the other room that there was there is almost like a funnel thing you fly over, grab.
Look at that.
All right.
I thought we were resting. This doesn't seem productive.
I don't know.
Speak for yourself.
Maybe, I mean, we thought it already. But did we learn anything? It's a giant metal thing that
Maybe we could lead
is
it away.
giant in metal.
Could we lead it away? Maybe.
Do we
Or
need
get a
to?
jump on it?
It's trapped, as far as we know.
Oh, maybe we can lure it. Maybe we can lure it to one side, and then we can go from behind and catch it off guard.
Why do we need
Why
to
do we
even
need? Why would
bother?
it be on a gourd? That's-
Too many questions. What?
We just go back the other way. Why do we even have to mess with it?
Because this somewhere through here is the way out.
There has to be a way
This
out.
is the way. She told us to go through this door, and she told us to go to the mushrooms, and we haven't found the mushrooms.
Unless the cavern, we missed something back in the big room.
You think there's another door in that room, in that tunnel?
Sunny would know. No. As far as Sunny knows, in this cavern, you've explored this pretty well. You have not gone into these ruins, but you've explored the cavern pretty well, and nothing has been in the cavern.
So we have to go through that metal man.
Seems to be the only option so far.
Let's do it now.
All right, well, again, Jeremy doesn't have all the words anymore. I can only do
Okay.
small things, so we got to be smart.
What if we put things in the way? Like, so it's harder for. I'm just.
So
Make it so like a pincher point.
Or they make it. It can't throw things, but we can shoot things, right?
Yes.
So we shoot things, and it tries to jump over things, and we just keep shooting things.
Also, there's 2 doors, and more than 2 of us.
so we get it from both sides.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh, you could do that.
could work.
Get it on the ambush.
Hi, friends. There's other people that are at Border Keep watching us right now.
I like him a lot.
So do we do that, or do we just try to get it, like as Galen said, from a distance, kind of trap it in the room?
I mean, we could do that too. You know, we just put the box in front of the door, and so when we open the door, it can get through the door.
Well, how do we open the door?
Do you think it cannot climb?
It
Destroy
does open
That way? Okay.
in.
Oh,
to the
in.
cabin.
Okay.
Into the cat. So basically,
Into where it's at?
it's harder to smash down a door when the hinges are on the inside and you're on the inside. So
Okay.
then
Goes-
they're trying to
okay.
kick inward, kind of thing. Because then the door is going against the hinge and the brace, rather than if it's the other way where it opens into your room, then the hinges aren't in the way at all.
All right. Well, that big thing's in the way already.
So no castle doors open this way. They all open this way.
Oh, I didn't know
Yep. Medieval siege warfare stuff.
that. Yay.
While they're talking about that, and I'm like funneling the booze,
Sure.
would you say that the stuff, like the crate with the leather supplies, was in my line of sight?
You were in the box when that happened, but the crate is destroyed, and there's some stuff that is visible.
Would
that
you say
were-
the stuff that is visible, I would be able to make some quick makeshift strap for my jug?
You can
to
give it a
carry?
shot, yeah. So go ahead and make a, what would even this be? Intelligence with no proficiency bonus, because I don't think you're proficient in leatherworking or cloth or anything like that.
Well, woodworking is the only thing, so I would have something. So, God, it's a 7.
And then plus your intelligence. Because this would be, unfortunately, not woodworking.
So that's a 7.
All right. So you've rigged something up.
All right.
It's shoddy. It's basically you just scrap leather tied together over and over, and you can tell that you're like, I don't know how safe this is.
Okay. It's like, don't you do that to me.
You failed badly enough that it doesn't work, but not so poorly that you don't know that you messed up that bad.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's what those low numbers are for.
Hey guys, look what I made. Well, look what I tried to make.
Very helpful.
Did you guys find a door yet?
There's one there. There's one there.
Did you guys find a better door yet?
I like this one. She just points at the one that moved because Shugaba opened it with the skull. She shuts it and it.
Well, Jeremy likes the idea of offense. If we can get the door open and that big, huge thing is in the way, maybe we do have a shot.
Maybe we can throw some of these potions at it or something.
That's again,
want to try.
explosions, not
I
knowing
don't have a
what
bow
things
or
are.
anything, but I can throw potions, I guess.
I can throw some words.
He's like,
Words?
huh?
Is that the count or is it?
That was the
Never
count.
get
Sorry,
tired.
my bad.
I thought so.
No.
I just
Yeah,
wanted to
that was the count.
Miss Garland, do you have
Yeah, she
ranged
has
weapon?
she has a short bow on her that she just wasn't using because it was close quarters.
Well, as you know, I don't need a bow necessarily.
Picks this thing up. Like, is this what we're doing?
Do we just leave that big thing in front of the door as it is? Do we have to move it so it can come in? I'm not sure. I'm not clear on the plan.
What are they talking about?
Well,
Opening the door and letting this thing in. And
well,
then,
not necessarily in, but
and
He hits really hard.
then we're putting things in the way, and then we're hitting them as they come by, right? Or are we? What are we doing?
Yeah,
Is that
are there
the
more
plan?
than... I just saw the one guy.
Is there a way we can get it to come into the room but not be able to move any further?
We could
Could
put
we-
the boxes.
But we
in
could
the
still
circle
see
there.
enough to shoot it.
we could maybe stay in front of it and use the other door and just lead it around.
Probably very large and very strong. So anything that we can lift, it could lift.
There weren't any other doors in like the potion room? I was just looking at the potions. Some of them are really pretty, some of them are not pretty.
I hadn't. If you would like to look.
I'll go check in there. Don't open that one though. And I will go look.
Well,
Alright.
this is what Jeremy thinks. This is all Jeremy has. So what do you all think?
Well, how about we take a little break and we'll all think about that.
Let's ask the viewers.
Ah,
See y'all.
This is why we need a live chat.
right,
Any
right.
suggestions
Any
would be appreciated.
suggestions, but
Saying this out loud before we break, but that's
Sure.
nat 20.
Oh, brutal.
Nice,
Yeah, there you
there
go.
you go.
Yeah.
Man.
You definitively find that there is nothing else out there, but you do find underneath of the shelf I like adding little things in rooms that you guys might not find. So there's a little vial that's about this long, and it doesn't have a bottom that can sit on on a surface. It's like rounded,
Okay.
but there is a stand that looks like it had broken, and this thing hit the bottom and then rolled underneath. And it's a silvery liquid that almost has a wispy mist-like quality to it. Yep. So that's a thing. Yeah.
Silver and all.
oh my god.
Put them together.
Just drink them at the same time.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like this.
TPK. TPK. Mix potions.
Alright,
Do it. We don't know
We'll
what
see
they
you
are.
guys
Let's just
in.
do it.
Moments.
Well, for us, it'll be 10 minutes. For you guys, it'll be however long what is it? I think it's 4 minutes for the song in there. And for the stream, I think we'll extend it to 10 minutes. I think
Unless you
that's
just,
what
like,
the plan is.
Fast forward.
Because I can put as long as I want in the middle of it because I figured out a different way to do things.
Yeah, just enough for everybody to have a little break.
So we're going to say 10 minutes. And I'm going to try and find some songs that'll fit in there. That'll make 10 minutes.
If
Yay,
you're
thank you,
watching it in the
Dion.
other way, you can just fast forward.
Yes, no,
Who the hell
on
wants to
YouTube,
wait
it
10
will be
minutes?
4 minutes. And welcome back.
Are we recording?
Yes, now we are. Yes.
Okay.
Usually when I say, well, welcome back, I'm talking to the
Sure.
camera.
Yeah, that was for them, not for us.
All right. So where we left off, you're strategizing about how to kill this large metal monstrosity. And that one thing that I would like to mention is the thing is gross, and while nobody failed the saves last time, grabbing onto it or being in that close proximity like that does put some sort of ooze on you.
It's yucky.
Yes, but no one failed the thing last time, so
Yeah,
I
let's
just wanted
not,
to throw
let's
that
not
out
find
there.
out what it does.
Let's not get
I
close to it.
don't remember if I mentioned that last, but hey, there we go.
I remember it happening.
Yeah.
So, now you're all standing, I believe, right where you are on the map, and discussing on what to do, and everyone kind of got a moment of silence of just contemplation.
And I'm sitting in the potion room. Ooh, gold, silver, gold. I wonder. No, maybe I won't mix them. I don't know. These are pretty cool though.
What do we do? Just stand here and stare at each other? This is not going to accomplish anything.
All right.
Okay.
Jeremy might. Okay. So Jeremy's not strong. Sunny not strong. Shkaba, you got something, but really it comes down to Ribos and
He's got
sorry, Iskala.
for
hard for
what?
Jeremy's
For
sake.
lifting the
Galen.
vat, or for
Galan.
Galan. Is Galan.
And Galan. I work on it. Jeremy work on it. But
Gaba. Awesome.
I lift the jug. I'm strong.
right.
So-
So what I'm thinking, what I'm thinking is that Ribos one side, Skalan other side, and then the little guys pack off in between. So if you can open up the doors, give us a chance, and then maybe
To what? To
Yeah.
let it
Who's,
in?
who's going to shoot
maybe
them
just
other
get
than
them
us?
to come close to one door, shut it, acknowledge the other door. Somebody else can go in, take a couple of shots.
Hit from one side, then other.
Right, but who's going to shoot other than us? And if we have to mind the doors, that doesn't really work.
He
very
has a
well.
bow.
And I will make sure my words penetrate the metal this
I
time.
don't think talking it. I don't think that's going to work.
It works for Jeremy.
Her talking is seeming very effective in ways I never would have realized.
I am a
I
speaker.
did not notice I was, covered in the ichor,
It's crazy.
lifting the thing.
I was nearly one with my ancestors, and her words healed me.
Yes.
Words
Okay.
can be powerful.
Made me feel better too.
So that's all Jeremy has, but I think
So
We can make it
I
work.
will be on one, you will be on the other, and then who's with me?
Jeremy will go with Ribos.
We're all with you.
How about you?
I go right by the other door.
You do not seem
Ooh,
particularly
Sunny. Good.
hardy right now.
Something good for you.
Me?
Uh,
I was just gonna.
if
All
you
that okay?
if we get him further on one side, maybe you can squeeze through and try to see if there is any way out in there.
What?
And then make sure you just don't come in too close to it. And then come back.
You know
if
what
I
happened
hide
last
in the
time she got
potion
too
room?
close to one of those?
And then when he comes this way, and then I'll go that way. He won't see me. I'll hide.
That is your funeral.
Maybe you should just stay back. If you have a way to attack it, along with Jeremy, when the door is open, to do so, but
You can run back and forth from room to room.
I don't know. Yeah,
You go in this room, I shoot
you
it, and
fast
then you
enough?
shoot it, and then you run in the next room, and then Jeremy shoot it, and then you shoot it, and then I go back and forth. You're gonna get your exercising for sure.
Well, we can try, and then Sunny, wherever you feel you comfortable and fit in, jump on in.
I know where I fit, and I'll hop in his pocket.
Very good. All right.
Is it very good?
Very good. Very good.
There you go.
I'll go ahead out into the other room.
Yep, Jeremy will follow Ribos.
So you would have to use your entire turn to get to the other side, but you could get to the other side because of the what's your speed again?
30.
Oh, 30. Oh, my bad. I thought it was because you haven't gotten monk levels yet.
Level 1.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oozy.
Yay! Which that'll change after this.
Oh!
So,
All right,
Sneak
yes.
peek.
So we gotta get out of here.
So I am 100% in his pocket, and
Yep.
it's now. Well, no, my weight wouldn't have changed. It would only change by the weight of the jug. Because I was gonna say it's full. But
right. So and actually, so you feel like you're carrying. The pocket fell off, and Sunny's just floating there with a jug in her hand, like, uh-oh.
Got any more pockets?
Are you all ready yet?
It just ruined your coat.
No. My
do-
bucket is now ripped. I've got a hole in my shirt. Hold on. Give me a moment.
Your bucket? What does this have to do with a bucket?
You do remember that there was some sewing supplies in a box that got smashed by a bunch of rocks, so maybe there's some stuff in there.
I would have seen that as well
Yes.
when I was in there. I'll be right back.
Yes.
And I will. Oh, fuck, the door's shut. Yeah?
Yeah, but you can open it. Is she
Can I-
aware that she's
Gonna rip
yeah.
the skull.
Yep, you just pull the skull and it opens right up.
I'll listen at the door and see if
Perception check for me.
potentially
Can I
pick up.
just squeeze
Oops.
under the
Oh,
door?
well, I just did a thing. Oh, there it goes. I deleted everything. I was like, no, that's not what I wanted.
Sam, don't
What?
do
Sorry?
this to us.
Speaking of, I had to check if we were recording it because I didn't want to repeat of last time.
See, that's
Yay.
why, yeah.
It was good to check.
Right.
Look at us learning from our mistakes.
The perception
Yes.
was only a 9.
9. So you don't quite hear anything. Are you on the southern one or the northern one?
I'm in the southern one
Southern
with
one.
Jeremy.
Gotcha.
And I'm over by.
Jeremy. Young JJ.
My thing went on to airplane mode for some reason.
What?
All right.
What the deuce?
That's.
That's cray
Oh,
cray.
there it is.
Yep. Hold on, we're reconnecting you guys to the internet because none of your stuff moved, but that's fine.
Right.
How about Shkaba? Are you heading up to the top?
Yeah, if Sunny seems to be replacing my pocket.
Things need to be in order now.
So if
Fly
I
over there. So you search around. You do find it's a golden looking twine.
Okay.
You find that and come flying over. It has a needle kind of shoved into the side of it.
Okay. I'll be able to fix it later. Sorry. Then I'll stow the stuff.
Sure.
And I will. So the vat's on the floor.
The vat, you'd have to move out of the way, which is why I deleted that thing.
Is
So-
there room for me in the vat?
I mean, it's huge. There's probably
Yeah.
room for any of you in the vat.
Yeah.
Just liquefied, but you'd be able to fit in the top.
And I like hover and not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could open that up, hide inside. Yeah.
I'll be in here.
All right, so you go over and it's rusty, and you have to really crank at it, but you're able to open it up, and then inside is this terrible smelling liquid.
Oh,
and-
I might do the thing again.
but
This is weird.
strangely enough, it smells familiar. It smells, and as you open it up and you look inside, a pseudopod of one of those little metal fellas comes flying out, punching at you.
Sonny has her own problems.
Yep, that was in there the whole time. So it's what's your AC?
16.
You got a 15. So
Oh.
miss, and you're like, whoa!
Oh.
But yeah, it looks like that was in there for some reason.
Does that signal mean you're ready?
Right, boss, I think if you keep yelling, that thing will be right in front of our faces.
Isn't that what we want?
No! No, Rivals!
We want to draw it away from the door.
Yes, but
other
you don't
door.
want it right in front of my face when I'm yelling at it.
Well, I didn't hear anything. It must be at the other door still.
Was I able to like?
She believes
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very easily. Yep.
Not gonna hide in there. That was weird.
I mean, you guys found like almost all of the little secret things that I had floating around.
I'm gonna go ahead and like lift the bar off and just
Sure.
keep my shoulder against the door for
Yeah,
right
that'll
now.
work.
Okay, grab my book and I'm gonna flip to my favorite page and okay, I'm ready.
Ready?
And I'm just gonna stay behind his wings for now.
Sure.
And I'll open the door.
And and go ahead and roll a d6
Big hit.
or d20. It doesn't matter. Choose odds or evens and roll a dice.
Okay.
Trying to figure out which
So
side
like a
he's
D4
Sure, yeah,
D3.
odds.
whatever you want. D3.
I have a
choose
D3.
even.
Oh,
Roll a
we know you
D3.
have a
That's
D3.
D3. I'm gonna make my odds as bad as possible. I rolled evens and I called odds.
Gotcha. So that means it is at the other door.
Yeah.
You open it up and you see him standing at the other side, just staring, and then
Can we see him past that curb, that little bend in
yes,
the path?
it's actually right where it is, right
Okay.
on the map.
Perfect.
Yep.
You can see him. Okay.
Yes, and so the door opens. Hold on. Into the other thing, and it
Oh,
would
I have
be
to. It opens in,
you
so
push
I'm pushing
and
it
then you
in.
pull the door shut. Yep. It makes it harder for the
So
thing.
I'm actually standing in the room a little bit.
Yeah. So basically, you'd have to shove the thing open and stand a little bit in, have Jeremy pop out and go,
Right.
and then hop back in and.
And that's what Jeremy's gonna do. As soon as Ribos gets the door open and she has visual sight, she's gonna say, "Hey, you heaping pile of scrap metal! You were worth nothing!" Vicious mockery.
There you go. All right. So it passed the save.
All right.
Does it still do the damage?
I'm wondering, actually. I don't actually think it does. It wouldn't, would it?
It
The
doesn't.
target can hear you. It must succeed on a wisdom save or take the D4. So nope, you get
Yep.
to save.
So it turns over and
Oh, Ribos, it didn't work.
How
It didn't
fast
work.
is it moving?
go ahead and make an athletics check to shut the door. That's how we'll
That's how fast it is.
that's how we'll determine it.
19.
Yep.
Actually
You
20.
shut the door
20
before it even
total.
gets over near
Oh.
over close to
Damn.
it.
Okay, that didn't work.
I'm
It,
a bar,
it normally works.
Yep.
bar at 2.
Well,
His Galen's like, are you ready? It has the bar off and
Okay. Let's give it a go.
opening up the door. So you're able to see. I should move Sunny back over yonder. So
Help me listen,
His
Jeremy.
Galen opens it up and lets you kind of poke your head in. It does have more cover because you're firing kind of through a doorway around some corners, but only a +2 to the AC. So yeah, go ahead and make your attacks.
Okay. I'm going to try to shoot it
You move me over as well.
with my
I'm behind.
short bow.
Oh, on mine it registered that you are over there, but not on yours,
Oh, okay.
suckers. Yeah, it's just not connecting to the internet very well.
Okay. That's
But the the viewers can see
Oh,
the
perfect.
proper map.
All right.
that's all that matters.
We know where we are.
Yep. And actually, even if you guys move independently, it'll stay on there. It just becomes a problem when I need to reveal new areas and I
Right.
can't.
We'll get to that. Maybe if we get through
don't
this.
die.
What's the distance between that doorway and Big Bag over there?
Let's check.
Thanks.
20 feet, 15, 20 feet.
Is it 15? Is it 20?
Does it matter all that much?
It does for me.
What is your range on that?
Huh?
What is your range for your weapon?
10 and 30.
Oh,
But
gotcha.
if I want to move.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Because it would be punching the door, so it would be 20 away. But then you do open the door, so you can wait until it gets closer, and then go flying away.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So go ahead and make your attack rolls.
23.
23 definitely hits. How about yourself?
That's 13.
13. So ping, and bounces off the side of it, but then one of the arrows shoots into a piece of the armor plate, and you see a part of the armor almost scrunch to that, and then it keeps moving forward. You hit something. All right, go ahead and roll damage. Not sneak attack because
Yeah, no.
stuff.
6.
6. So it did something.
I hit it!
As it clanks over, and then this guy puts the thing down, throws the bar. Oh wait. All right, yeah, she's fine. Just needed to roll the athletics thing.
I'm going to move kind of in what would be in between the two doors and yell through this other door and be like, he's coming to our side!
Sure. Gonna run over there, yell. And then you guys can very clearly hear the doors shut. And hear the punching of the creature onto the
As soon as I hear the punching of the door, I'll unbar
Try
the door,
again.
open it again.
All right.
All right, and as soon as the doors open, did you hear me? You are trash. You were left here to rot and rust. Vicious mockery.
Piece of shit. 8.
Oh, yes.
So double damage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that is 8 psychic damage.
And it like almost drops to one knee. And then stands up and turns around.
Oh, it works. As Jeremy's like, kind of just like, to the door.
I'm like, Ribos pauses for a second, and you see him just kind of start to raise his head. It's like, yeah! And shut the door and said, I will use my inspiration, and it will be a 15.
Yep. Shut the door without an issue. A moment or two later.
Oh,
Yeah, that would have
just
been
in
bad.
time, Rebels. We're getting it. It's a good plan. Good plan.
That was 8, you said?
Yeah. And disadvantage on its next attack roll if plausible.
Sure.
So I'm gonna go back and forth. Is he on your side?
Yasgalan's already opening up the door.
Clear!
You come back and Yasgalan's already got
Like
the door.
fake running
Right.
interference. I'm in control.
All right, I'll go.
I know what's going on.
Go make some attack rolls.
Big hit.
Oh, so no one really talked to the
Oh, yeah.
count. So you hear a potion bottle shatters somewhere in the room.
Yes.
Nothing happens from what you can tell, but you definitely saw a potion bottle shatter. And you see that the air is laying on the table where the books were, just like flopped over. And
Oh, well,
Yep.
you know, this is dead already. So. I would have did the same thing.
yeah,
Oh God. Okay.
what'd you roll?
Oh. I was going back and forth. I didn't know I was attacking.
Yeah, you know, you made it back in time to attack. Yeah.
Perfect. Yes.
You don't have to. 'Cause
18.
It's up to you. 18 hits.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Nope, because of the plus 2 AC, it misses. It hits, but it ting off to the side.
What?
And I'll
Yes.
fly back to the other side.
A 17 doesn't hit?
It does not hit.
That's
Dang.
poo.
Yep. Gets the extra bonus for you guys hiding in a closet.
Close the
Oh.
door.
We're not gonna do so well.
Oh,
Get
shit.
ready.
Walgruff is like, yeah! And his golem's like, move out of the way! She rolled a 1.
Oh.
So he's like talking shit to it. You're nothing! You rusty pile of metal! And she's trying to shove him out of the way.
Jeremy, did you hear that? He's doing what you do, I think.
Oh, he has magic runes too?
I guess so.
So both Sunny and Shkaba are right there and can see this metal fist fly through the doorway and catch the count in the mouth.
Ooh, disadvantage.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, the count does not have great AC.
Awesome.
But,
Of course not.
Yeah, no, he definitely caught him.
Yeah, right.
Hold on, let's see here.
Wasting healing potions.
He drops down with a wet thud, and there's just silence from him as his golem goes through and shoves the creature, trying to push it back into the room.
Yeah.
All right, so she beat it, but not by a lot. Shoved it, and then like, shut the door! And is,
Okay.
yelling back to the both of you as she's holding on to this thing, trying to keep it back.
Do you think they're okay, Jeremy?
I don't know.
So you're going to have it with
so
advantage.
much going
but Sunny
on.
won't.
I-
God.
So go ahead and roll an athletics check to try and shut the door.
Okay.
I'm literally here for commentary at this point.
Come on.
She pushed him in. It's gonna be your turn soon. He's coming your way.
Oh, Sunny's trying to communicate that?
Yeah.
Okay.
10.
10. You trying to pull it shut, and she goes, "Damn it!" And, goes to try and shove him again. You guys do hear the struggle. over
Sonny,
on
is
that side.
everything okay in there?
It must be on their side.
Sunny comes flying over. She's
All
like, "Nope."
I'll start opening the door. Take the bar off and push the door open.
Sure, sure. So you see, Yasgalan is right now pushing the creature back and holding it up and trying to, and like yelling at Shkaba to shut the door.
I'll just raise my hand
No!
and Eldritch Blast.
Nice.
There you go.
Get it.
Big hitter.
Yeah, 16 to hit.
16, it flies by and hits part of the cave wall. Yep.
Jeremy will follow up with, You are rusty and dented. You will fold soon. Vicious mockery.
Oh, and then that was she passed her Constitution save, and what was your spell save DC?
It is 14.
Oh no shit! It rolled a 14, but it has a -1.
All right.
So yeah, there you go.
So that is 4 psychic damage.
Yeah.
Doubled?
And that was doubled.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
And disadvantage on the next attack roll.
All right,
Nice.
which is gonna be right now.
All
As
right.
it pulls its fist up to, since there's only one enemy, I'm not gonna make you guys roll initiative. We're just gonna go all of you guys.
Okay.
No sense in bogging down time. So, next one would have been a 17, but it's a 17. So that's how that goes sometimes. As it
We're happy to
catches
help.
the skeleton in the side of the head, she just, it sits back up, but definitely getting hit. Oof. She's just kind of like just shaking her head, almost. Rybos, you've seen this before. She can't see right now. She, like when you get hit in the head and just everything goes black for a second, and you're just fighting on instinct, which is not a good sign. Usually, when that happens, people start dying.
Yes. So
And
Mild concussion.
just tries to shove him back and then run. No shit. All right, they both. She rolled a 2, he rolled a 3, but she has 1 higher. No, but then the tie. All right, so when it comes to athletics checks, ties go to keeping everything the same, and she was trying to shove him back, so everything stays the same, so he doesn't get shoved back. Yay! So and then she, damn it, and is trying to clamber backward. I'm assuming you guys are both in the room slightly.
Yeah, I don't think anybody closed the door or any. Rybos made a
still
attack.
standing at
Yep.
the open door.
So it's going to make an attack of opportunity on her, and which hits.
Oh no!
Eesh. So she does make it through there. Shkaba, go ahead and roll an athletics to shut it with advantage because Izgal is helping you, but not
Okay.
taking control because she just tried something.
Come on. Give me
Rybos,
Give me some
Sunny,
big rolls
and
here.
Jeremy. Go ahead and do your thing.
Dirt 20.
There you go. What do you guys
So
do?
does the door? We hear the door.
Oh,
see
it's
the door
closing, but
closing.
it is
It's still going.
stomping over to go punch somebody in the back of the head.
My ancestors will pull you to the ground from whence you came and hex it.
Ooh,
Sure.
That's a good one.
There you go.
I'll keep that for later.
Oh man, he's going back this way, and I'll go back the other way.
And then
Just
I'll
tell him who already
also
know.
Sure. Perfect.
Eldritch blast it and miss with the 9.
So yeah, it flies over and explodes on the wall behind him.
You are a gooey mess, and how can you ever sustain this metal body of yours? It's rusting and decaying underneath you, trying to kind of almost like get
Sure.
Rybos's like.
Right?
Okay.
There you go. Go ahead and roll your damage.
That's 6 psychic damage and disadvantage on the next attack roll.
All right. The helmet, as it's going, it's been going, and then this time just splits open as this ooze begins spilling out, leaving the metal body behind as it kind of falls to the ground, and the ooze begins to rise up, and looking to basically it hits the door and just slinks down, and then yeah, it's still moving. So if there's let's think here. So Sunny would get back over here. The count is on the ground, not doing so hot, and the ooze is. We'll add in another thing here. Well, actually, no, it's fine. So as it begins, it hits the ground, it kind of begins seeping underneath of the door slowly. It seems to be where that little groove was coming out of. But yeah, you guys are able to see this because as it's like draining somehow into the door.
I will try to blast it again
Sure.
before it makes
Go ahead.
it to the other side of the
And
door.
You guys, so Shkava, you are standing in front of the door. You just put the thing down. You're like, whoo,
Get it?
done. And then Yizgalin is just dazed and like holding onto the door, just shaking her head, almost not conscious. And then ooze starts to pile up
God.
underneath of the doorway.
I try to move her out of the way.
Sure. You pick her up and she
Yeah.
just blunders and follows you. And
Ooze.
this thing, it starts to climb over top of the count.
Oh God. I guess I gotta grab him now too.
Yep. So, but for now, you've pulled her out of the way. Sunny. Wow, that was something.
I know. Yeah, so special.
That was adorable.
Yay, I did it.
Wow. No, not this again. And I'll go try to like stop.
There you go. Go ahead.
Yeah. 19 plus.
You
Yeah.
kick that goat.
You hit, and then you get to make your unarmed attack as a bonus action.
Yep.
What did you roll in your attack roll?
16.
16.
So I miss again.
Oh, sorry. That's,
Oh, I can say it, but I wasn't different
it
anyway.
succeeds.
Okay,
So
perfect.
5 for the first kick for
5 damage.
damage.
Gotcha.
Yep. And nat 20.
There,
Oh, there you
my
go.
God.
Yeah.
Second stomp, and it was
Those pixie die, man.
All right. Go ahead and take a picture of that fella.
Yep, and that was 8 plus whatever we do for crits. 'Cause I can't ever fucking
Oh yes,
remember.
very easy. So you roll the dice and then
Yep.
add what the maximum of that dice would be.
Yep, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more damage.
12 damage.
Yep. Plus the.
Jesus, you guys did 18 before that, and then you just did 12 and 5.
Yeah.
So you just did the same amount of damage that had been done before.
As Sunny was, oh, sorry,
ahead,
go ahead. I was like, just as Sunny was like beating the crap out of Jeremy, he's like, you ooze your liquidy. Damn it.
Can we even see it from this
Just
side
gives
anymore?
up.
Did it
Yes,
go all the way
it's
to
starting to
the-
go, but your attack did definitely. What'd you roll?
I rolled 16.
16 hits.
Oh, it
Because
did
it's
hit?
the ooze form of this,
Oh, okay.
which has an AC of 10. So
All right.
Easy hit.
That'll do
you have the hex thing on there as well.
3 plus an additional
Oh,
D6
move back,
and
got it.
necrotic damage.
Yes, Hex is awesome.
So you stomp at the thing and then fly back. So as you're flying back, you're seeing
Five
something
total.
happen. So with the hex and all that, so you see what does your Eldritch Blast actually look like? I don't think we went through that.
It's a dark green with like muddy brown streaks running through it.
Sure.
Almost
There you
looks like almost like a mud ball.
Sure. Okay. Sounds like a plan. And then as it hits, there's how about your hex? How does that end up looking?
That also green and brown,
Sure.
but on whatever it's just shimmers as an outline of whatever.
So
it's
this thing pierces
hexing.
through the almost viscous liquid of this ooze and creates a ripple, and then through the center of that there's a bright green flash with an explosion of that brown and green that come off of it as this thing is now reduced to more liquid and begins. But you've seen that it has eaten portions of the Count's legs.
Oh!
Yep.
Oh dear.
I'm hovering. I'm never touching the ground.
Jeremy, I'm running out of words.
His Goblin kind of hangs on to Shkabad, and she's like, "Thank you very much.
You did a very good job.
I need to go lay down." She goes and kind of plops next to the still and looks over to her left, and she goes, "Who the hell put the air on a table like a calf?" Kind of stands up and props him up in a more dignified manner, and then plops back onto the ground, just holding her head and blinking confused.
Goodness.
I'll circle back around the other way to
Tend to
check
count.
on everybody in the room.
And Jeremy will follow Ribos.
Alrighty. So both those are able to be opened. The enemy is dead. You are all level 2.
Woo! Made it.
Ding!
We did it.
This time.
Yep. That was a good little strategy you guys had.
Yeah.
It almost
Did it.
went real bad for a second.
My commentary totally helped.
Cracked me up. It's like just like peace and bounce every time.
Well, it saved us perception checks, so I
Right?
mean,
But then I still stabbed the shit out of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I guess I'll help. Smack, smack.
There you guys go. Hey, map updated. All right. So yeah, and we can feel free to roll the stuff later, whenever, now. I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Jeremy and Ribos, you guys come around the corner, and the Count is very dead. His face was imploded by a metal fist.
Where's
okay.
Where's the body? Where?
Who's
You
going
can
to
see
carry
him
the
as
body
you
now?
come around the corner. You see his.
Brent Willith body.
He got hit in the face hard enough where he fell backwards and
No,
cracked the back of his head on the
heir's
still
body.
that was there, and it's just now there is a bloody stump of his head.
What about the Brent Willith blood?
Oh, he's over. You can see him sitting on a table, almost propped up a little bit. Yeah, he seems fine.
I'll reach down and grab what's left of the count.
Sure.
Drag him across the room and
Right.
like, manipulate the skull to open
Sure,
up
sure.
the door. Take him in there and like bury him under the
rocks and
broken
all that.
stones
Sure,
and
sure.
everything. While everybody
And,
else is doing their thing.
Yizgalin is on the floor, kind of just blinking. Shkaba, what are you doing?
I am recovering from seeing Ribos just manhandle this dead man across the room.
Sure.
I was gonna try to do something, but then nope. There you go.
Does anyone have knowledge of religion? Nope.
Plus 0.
Yeah, I'm not proficient.
All right. So Jeremy,
Got history.
if you have history, okay, go ahead. Make a roll.
Okay.
I was trying to think. I was like, does history work? I
24.
think history works. And then you said it. I was like, yeah, history works. Why not?
Yeah, I wasn't proficient in it. I don't know.
So elves don't bury their dead. They, if they can help it. Most of the time, what they do with their dead is they take them and put them into funeral pyres, and as per their religion. Now, it's kind of an overarching religion that came from way back, and you know that the Count is part of that culture, and burying him underneath of a bunch of rocks in the bottom of a tomb at a gravesite is not good. You're not sure what happens to the soul afterwards, but you know that that's probably not what he wants to do. They end up burning the bodies and then putting them in urns and then putting them somewhere as a almost like a. It doesn't have to be buried necessarily, but it can be. But their soul is released by the flame. So-
you hear from the other room.
Yes, that's right. Yes, I know. Yes, yeah, I know. We've done this a lot of times.
Some-
You hear
how about you?
stones moving.
Yes, that's perfect. I know it's perfect.
Oh, I talked a lot. Sheesh. I'm gonna go up to Isgala and be like, this is when you use one of those healing potion things you had, right? Do you want me to get it out for you?
She just kind of nods and points at a bag that she threw off to the side.
And I will dive in that bag.
Sure. You're able to find the thing and come flying out.
Here you go.
Thank you. Drinks it, and as she takes drinks of this, you see this part of her head here has a very large split. Not necessarily not the skull, but just the skin was split from getting smacked by this thing, and there's a very large goose egg that's starting to form. And as she's drinking this potion, that starts to very, very slowly stitch itself back together, stop the swelling, and you can see color come back to her a little bit more, and she's just, and as she looks at you, her eyes are completely dilated, open, and almost as if she was on drugs, kind of thing.
I'm gonna grab a little bottle and be like, is there any left?
There's a taste or two, and
Okay.
it's got a almost like a blood flavor to it. You know what I mean? Like that
Iron.
metallic-y iron.
Was
kind
there
of thing.
enough left to give me any hit points?
No,
Just a drop.
but she is at full health right now because that was a big mamma jamma potion.
Damn.
Yep. So
Could I crawl in?
yeah. Well, wait, hold on. Potion? No, I don't think that. Well, yeah. Why not? It'd be a big one. She
I'm
drank a lot
like
of
licking the
potion.
sides of the inside.
That'll work.
Yeah. This is
Most potion bottles no,
Converse.
but this is a bigger one. So.
How did she? Oh, this doesn't seem to be working on me.
Jeremy's gonna like, okay, at Sonny licking the glass from the
Right,
vial
right.
and like slowly walk over to Ribos and knock on the door.
The door is open because of the nature of it.
Yeah, she's
So-
gonna just like knock aside Ribos.
He doesn't pay any attention to you. He's very
Is-
ritualistic in what he's doing. Is very concentrated, perfect. But you see a pile of stones that's very well organized, and it looks like it's masterfully crafted even.
Ribos, I don't want to interrupt, but I did read one time that elves like to fire, burn, ashes, the whole thing. I just thought to pass it along. I read it in a book one time. Jerry don't know much more about it, but maybe you can set them on fire. Okay, it was a good talk, and she's gonna like go back out.
Runs away.
You hear him finish him up.
Mm.
Rivas walks out.
Jeremy, you are not wrong, but there is more than one way to pacify the souls of the dead.
Yes, Ribos, of course.
I gave him an orc burial. We do not have the means to burn, and I'm not completely sure if that is the right way. He was no elf, anyway.
Walgreave?
Was he?
Yes,
he
very,
was,
yep,
he
yep,
was
yep.
an elf.
Very elf, yes. Yep, yeah, no, part of the Elven
Bad
Empire.
elf vibes.
Yep, related to the bloodline. Oh, yeah.
Any burial is better than no burial, but
That is true. That is one thing that they're more or less, they're like, hey, if you're gonna, you don't leave them in the streets. Like,
it was
he's
very
alright,
thoughtful
leave it.
of you, and I just thought, just in case you wanted to know.
Even if the elves are correct, I don't know that he was deserving of that honor.
Well, you did him a favor otherwise, so I mean, that's all you could do, right?
Isgallen is now up at this point and is kind of staring at the armor that's on the ground there. And, come look at this.
Walk over.
To nobody, kind of thing. She just said it to whoever
What
was
is it?
around.
Okay.
So
Boop, out of the bottle.
she
Check it out.
points over, and the body is just the metal part is no longer metallic. I mean, well, there is metallic bits to it, but it looks like there's a rotten husk. Is what it kind of appears to be, and it looks like it's a body that's been out in the sun for years and years and years, and just kind of dried itself onto the bones.
Ooh.
And yeah, but there's the metal around it seems to be armor that this adventurer was wearing and was preserved by whatever the hell process was going on here.
This is very unusual.
So kind of undead.
I'll walk over and just kind of strip the armor off.
Sure.
And set
It-
it,
it's
set
got-
it aside.
It has straps, but the straps are extremely worn down. So when you go to kind of unhook them, they just you toss it off to the side. It does look like it's a decent set of armor, but it is broken. You'd have to get it repaired, but it's material. It looks like the metal itself it's not rusted or anything like that. It's not pockmarked like a lot of the other stuff.
And from what we've seen of ooze like that, normally metal things don't do so well.
Can we tell what kind of armor it is?
It looked like it was half plate while it was on the person, but you're not sure how much of it is salvageable.
I'll take the best parts of it and put them in my backpack.
Yeah, absolutely. You're able to strap it all up together and then ink on your back.
And I will
Yeah.
gather up the remains of the corpse and
Sure.
take it back into the other room. Just plotting.
Go ahead and anyone with nature.
Me?
Go ahead.
I feel like I
4.
should, but I had to pick one.
You're guessing it's an orc, or at least you're gonna bury it like one.
I'm gonna attempt to better strap on my jug.
You
Sure.
drove.
Jug. What am I rolling for? It's 14.
Intelligence.
In top 14.
There you go. You're able to, now that you've got a little more time and stuff like that, you're able to rig something up that is passable. It's not pretty, but it's passable.
And then I will pull the needle and thread out and
Sure.
start just threading the needle and
Right? Get ready to fix this stuff.
You got Ribos in the other room arguing with himself.
Sure.
Louder this time.
I know. God. You should have told me in the first place. Now you have to speak up all loud and tell me I did it wrong. Fine. Well, fine, we'll fix it.
And you hear all kinds of rocks just being thrown around in the other room.
Oh, okay.
About 10 minutes later, Ribos walks out of the room just
Sure.
sweating.
While that's going on,
And
though-
he's got the Count's body.
Oh, you pulled it out of the. That's funny. So So while that's going on, what are Shkaba and Jeremy doing?
Oh,
So this is for that 10 minutes while Rivos is.
Yeah, I'm
really
gonna
Great.
pull out a little baggie and put some of those potions in there.
Sure,
just
sure.
For,
Yeah.
the shits of it.
Go ahead and make an investigation. Just to kind of deduce if they are good or not. Does that make sense?
Okay.
If we have 10 minutes, I'm definitely going to start stitching that box.
15.
Sure, sure. Yeah. There. Sorry.
15.
Sunny comes over and is trying to pull the jacket off of you.
Oh, I would gladly take it off.
There you
You
go.
know, easily.
It'll just float in the air. And
Fix it.
There you go.
I'm going to
Alright.
reinforce it though.
Sure, sure. All right, go ahead and make intelligence because you don't know what you're doing. This is to see if you can figure it out as you go, but you haven't had any experience with it. Once you have experience, it'd be a dexterity.
Got it. 12.
12. It's together. It's not reinforced, but it's together.
I'll try again later, but I think it's okay for now.
That's okay. It's okay.
I'll drink
So
from the
now,
jug.
you know,
No,
on your
it'll be
red
fine.
jacket, there is gold, okay stitching. It looks like you repaired it yourself, kind of thing. So
It's actually purple jacket.
purple jacket. I'm sorry. Yeah, purple jacket. But now it has purple with little. Sorry, I look more red in the picture.
Fancy.
Yeah.
It was like a violet color.
There you go. Sure, sure. All right.
Jeremy's gonna go into the hall, and you said it was kind of seeping through underneath the goo.
Yes, yes. And now it's turned more into like a liquid and spread more across the floor. It's almost like it was keeping itself together, and then now it's just.
Jeremy wants to see if there's if it was trying to sneak through somewhere, if there was like a door or any kind of way
Sure,
out
sure.
in this room. So.
Yeah, go ahead. And well, it just got underneath of the door.
Okay.
It looked like that there was a spot where it could have gotten underneath of.
Oh, okay, so it was
Go ahead and
actually
make-
this door, or the one that that enters into the room we're in,
Yes,
not
correct.
like a door in the. Oh,
Correct.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But I will investigate the
It was,
hallway
it was
for.
looking to eat the people that were on the other side.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna go and investigate the tunnel just
The
to
tunnel.
see if I can
Sure, sure.
find the door somewhere that
Yeah,
I can push.
absolutely. Go ahead.
You mean the thing that we were, there to do?
Yeah, that thing.
I'm gonna go flatten my wing at Rivos, cool them all.
Investigation.
Thank
17.
Thank you.
17. You do as you're searching around. You're kind of
Hard work
looking
putting
at everything,
these
and
answers.
you notice that
You
haven't
the
noticed any
rocks and then you pull
stal-
back
is
and
it-
then you always
hold on.
sweaty.
is it stalactites that go up?
Yes, I've got
Or
a lot
stalagmites?
of them on me, too.
Which one is
Oh,
it?
stalagmites go up, stalactites go down.
Sure.
Stalactites from the ceiling.
Tights from
ceiling.
the ceiling.
Got it.
Ceiling.
And all right, and then so a stalagmite. You haven't seen any of them around here, but there's one in this room. You're like,
Push it.
Why?
Looking around.
Yeah, Jeremy's just gonna go up and like grab
When
onto
you-
it.
it pulls like a lever.
Jeremy found something.
All right, and you're actually standing next to that little stalagmite right there.
Pull it again.
Pull it again. Pull it again. Does it actually go back to the position if she lets go of it?
Yeah, is she letting go of it?
What
So you pulled
what
it?
happens when she
When
pulls
you
it?
pulled it, something starts opening,
Okay,
something
she'll
starts
hold it down while it's just
falling
like
into the floor.
Jeremy found something, and she's gonna hold on to it.
You hear a bunch of boxes smashing now, wood smashing.
yeah.
Rivos took the corpse of the count into the other room where all the boxes are and started making a funeral party.
I will head in your direction. I'm coming.
After I get it lit on fire, then I'll walk into the room where everybody else is in the tunnel.
Oh, please be a way out. Please be a way out. Jeremy needs a way out.
It opens a window.
Right. Opens to another stone wall.
Right.
Maybe if you hold that ink box again, you'll feel better.
Oh, you know what? I just realized if I do the DM map on here, the viewers can see the entire map as it's going, but you guys can't.
Ah.
So hey, there's a sneak peek for you on what they're going to be dealing with.
Text me
I-
what's on it.
It's not live.
Yeah, right.
Text you
Yeah.
2 days later. Ah, shit.
So
Maybe
that's
we
what's
didn't
in
get
there.
there.
That's funny. I'm going to have to
Fresh
figure
pilots
out
and
a
cheese
different
and
way to
cheese.
do that because I don't know how well it's going to go.
All right.
Or I'll keep it that way. It'll just be a
I'll
quirk
just
of
watch
the
the
show.
video
Yeah.
later. It's
Right?
fine.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yep. All right. So yes, it looks like there is a another thing happening over there.
Okay, door. Thor, yes.
There's a funeral pyre, so you guys start smelling smoke.
Oh no.
As Rivals comes around the corner, covered in blood, just.
Are we having a
Rivals.
bonfire? Oh.
Oh, we should go.
Kind of.
Oh, we should leave quickly before the smoke kills us.
Well,
It's-
there's a door.
Yep, burning body smell. So
Bird flesh.
this golem's gonna come in and kind of peek
Rivals
around.
take a very deep breath. And just this euphoric look comes over his face.
Jeremy dry heaves.
All right.
Watching Rivals.
So who's going to pick up the air?
The air
Oh,
is all around us.
So yes, Gollum already has.
Okay.
Like this one.
That one.
It's halfling's not his first language.
Sorry, all of the hard work. It's got me feeling kind of woozy, you know.
Sure.
Absolutely.
All right. So
Between you
flying
and
right
me,
through,
I
you
like
come up to a pile of rocks, and you do notice to your right there is a small passageway that's it's tight. It's a couple feet wide, like maybe 3 foot. So you're gonna have to do one of these, except for Sunny, who can just right down through.
And I will like turn the corner down that tunnel like I was skipping across the fucking bridge. And he's like, what's down here?
Right? And Sunny goes darting off, and his Gollum's like, "You're going to get yourself killed."
Sunny, don't go too far.
What was that? Oh, you're right, I do need a light. Did you have one of those torches still?
So you come into the room, and immediately you're like, "Mushrooms!"
Mushrooms.
Yep.
Do they illuminate when I see them? Is the room lit in any
Yes, there is actually a light coming out the end of the tunnel. Yep.
The literal light
Yes.
at the end of the tunnel.
There is a light coming up from somewhere up above, coming down, shining enough light onto the mushrooms that there's a little bit of light, but not too much.
I will
It is wet on the ground, but you can fly.
I will like grab 2 of the mushrooms
Sure.
and fly back through the thing. Look, you guys, I found mushrooms.
They have a white stalk, but then almost like an iridescent colored cap that almost shines differently depending on how you look at it.
You guys,
Please tell Jeremy there's a way out. Please.
Comes
you
flying
went
back
through
here.
here. I mean, she said mushrooms, right? And
She
then
did.
There was
She
light
did
in
say
there, and it didn't come from me. I forgot to grab
That
the
must
torch
be the way.
before
Let's
that.
go. And smoke
Let's
starts
go.
to
We gotta go.
just start to trickle on the
How do
ceiling.
you guys get through here?
That's creepy. We get squeezing through, and it takes a little bit of just like sideways walking, like it's like walking through movie theater seats. You're just,
Yeah, single file,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
one at a time.
but you are able to make it up through to the mushrooms, and you find an old ladder. Not too old, not 1,000 years old, but more like Miss Pecan put this here a few years ago. But it is a way up to the surface.
I'll fly up.
Yeah. So and the light is blinding. It's you come out in the daylight. Well, actually, hold on. Let me think here.
It was night when we entered the tunnel, right?
It was getting yes. It was just about, but it didn't take too long to get through. So I guess you come out and it's not bright out.
Like dawn.
Yeah, no, not quite. You guys have only been down here for what, an hour, 2
Oh, okay.
hours, something like that. That's D&D time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't really been.
But
so
yes,
long.
as you come up, there's a very large moon. And actually, so in this world, it's a little different. There's a very large moon and then 2 smaller ones off to the side.
Oh, man's fancy.
They're much smaller. And there's plenty of legends surrounding that. Most call them the 3 sisters, in whatever language that they have, or the mother and children, or there's a lot of familial things associated with that.
As soon as I get out. Fresh air. Do I see any smoke
Yeah,
coming up through the tunnel?
some trickling.
You guys are coming, right?
Yep, you guys all eventually clamber your way up and make it up to the tippity top, where you are all out on the outside world and safe.
Oh, and then just like Jeremy falls and starts kissing the ground, just
Yeah.
like, oh, yes,
sit there and-
yes.
Spread
Thank
that thing
No.
out.
And she's
Yes,
had climbed
yes.
up with the
Beautiful.
air, like with one
seems
arm,
weird.
and just kind of made it all the way up to the top, and
Grass.
put him down very gently, and then just sat almost in a not a prayer-like manner, just sat on the ground, and her head not in her hands, but just taking a breath. after all of that nonsense. Jeremy, you do recognize this area. This is a part of the Three River Woods.
Oh,
next to the mountains.
glorious.
You know that the territory that this is one of the tribes, one of the 4 tribes there.
Okay.
And if I remember correctly,
Hayat, Kopak, Lorir, Letkara.
no software update. Not right now.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, really? I thought I had more information on the individual things for you.
I got the 4 here, and a little description.
Yeah,
of
what were
everything.
their
Yeah,
oh, you-
there's.
So Tasha
Limbari.
types out every single character sheet that she has, so she has all of the information that I gave her earlier typed out onto a sheet. What do you got there?
Here.
I'm trying to remember of
Plimbari.
which name it was. It was the Hunters, yes. Colette Kara. Colette Kara?
Koletkara.
Yeah, that's the one.
Koletkara?
Yes, that's how I pronounced it.
I don't
That's
know.
the one.
No,
You write a name and then you forget
yes, did it.
So they are hunters in this area. So very likely they have somebody out in the woods somewhere.
Oh, everyone, good news. Koletkara, my tribe in 3 Rivers, is close by. Hunters. There might be people out that can help us. Goblins, I should say, but people nonetheless.
I thought they killed your people.
Or Hunter.
Well, my tribe, but hopefully maybe it hasn't gotten this far yet.
Why would goblins be less people than anyone else?
That's what Jeremy wonders all the time.
Welcome to Brent Willith.
Yeah.
And
Stands
hopefully
up and picks the body up.
this Brent Willith will help resolve that issue for Jeremy and the rest of goblin kind. But until then, we might be able to find help.
I'm gonna fly back in the pocket. I'll just stitch this from in here.
It's,
If we're going to corrupt the natural way of life and death for this creature, you better make a difference.
Jeremy hopes.
If not, I will fix him.
everyone's passive perceptions, please.
10.
11.
15.
Nice.
Your bird ears start hearing rustling.
Birds don't have ears.
Ear holes.
Earholes.
I couldn't help it.
I sense something in the bushes. There is somebody around us.
In Goblin, Jeremy's gonna be like, any goblins around? Jeremy means no harm. We need help.
Goblin is a strange combination of guttural sounds and stolen words. That makes sense. It's a hodgepodge that there is one goblin language, one across the entire world. Well, not the whole. Wherever you can find a goblin, there's one language. But that language blends from. It's like having accents so thick that you can't understand what people are saying.
Oh, so it's like England.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
It's like if you had that, but over and over and over and over, just changing from one to another until you're at the other side of the continent. So yeah, Jeremy starts calling out, and then you see a little head pop up,
Oh,
pop down.
no, wait, Jeremy from Tarari.
Somebody else comes coming around a corner and goes,
Tarari. Tribe.
"You survived."
Anybody else?
Walking over to you, and you notice that this goblin has slightly longer arms than Jeremy, and a couple others, 2 others actually come out of the things with the same general feature. They've got a similar skin color, but yeah, just a little longer arms, a little longer ears. Not too different, but a little. Yes. What?
Yes, thank you.
Any other
Thank you.
goblins from Tarari
Welcome. Yeah.
survive?
Some.
Anybody in you
I
heard?
mean, some. It's,
How about the other tribes? All of us in Goblin
they're
too.
fine. No attacks. So you guys don't understand a word that Jeremy's saying right now. It's like no attacks. They went to different tribes. Oh, you do? So yeah. You understand every word that's being said right now.
I'm like floating next to her.
Do you understand what they're saying?
No, not a good no.
No. Friend.
Gibberish.
Friends. All friends. No.
Get backing up.
In halfling. Get back in the pocket.
Go ahead. They can understand
Yeah,
the
right.
halfling as well. But go ahead and make a persuasion check.
I'll reach back and pull out my quarterstaff when that happens.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, floating around people, alarming for some. These guys took to it very, very well, but
24.
most people not so much. And they kind of lower down and be like, what is it?
We'll get there.
Why does the halfling fly?
Look, we've had a very hard time. Very hard day.
Get behind
Yes,
her and just pick her
but
up.
do we have some demon? What
No
is
demon,
this?
no demon. She's very odd, but
Okay.
no. Yes. Just please.
Sonny, why do they want to shoot you?
You go.
I mean, I could
And
think
then
of
they
a few
kind of
reasons,
slink
but why?
off into the woods. And just almost what they ended up saying wasn't necessarily you go, it was you go right now and we won't kill you kind of thing. Like, leave this place. It wasn't quite a threat, but like I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to deal with this. I don't know what the hell's going on, but
Typical.
they left.
Where are they going?
Jeremy kind of looks over at Sonny. It's just
I'm in
like
the pocket. I'm already dead.
I'm looking at Shikaba, just like
Were you insulting them like you did the metal man?
No,
Is that
no.
why they left?
quite like
I
that.
could not understand your words.
No,
Are they gone?
yes, they're gone, but we also have to be gone too. They're letting us leave,
Sunny,
but
right.
they're not happy.
Letting us leave.
You
indeed.
can't fly in front of people.
I was really getting comfortable around you guys, and I just kind of.
The fact that no one has tried to bottle you and sell you so far is a miracle.
Especially goblins.
Yes, that was. I didn't want to say that specifically, but
It's true.
I'll go back to bottles.
What good would she be in a bottle?
potions.
Valuable.
She's not a potion. She's a
It could be.
And I'm like sitting there slumped with my
Right.
jug, just
Right.
like, I'll just drink this and I'll go back in the
Are you still in the pocket?
Yes.
It's straining
Yeah.
with the weight.
Well, so I was already carrying the wine previously,
Yes.
so the weight wouldn't change. It would only change by the weight of the jug.
I
right?
realized a little bit that I was like, wait a minute, there's
Yeah.
2 bottles of wine in a moonshine jug. This is heavy for a fucking box.
Yeah.
Imagine if you strap that to the top of a pocket and just let it sit. So
I'll
it's,
make,
you
I'll
know,
make it lighter.
it was a long time coming beforehand.
If she keeps drinking like that, she may turn herself into a potion.
I'll be fine.
Just over it.
You guys have seen Jeremy drink and drink and drink.
Oh,
and now-
Sonny.
Very well.
Oh, sorry,
Yes,
Sonny,
sir.
my bad.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen Sonny
Count.
drink and drink and drink, and now she's sounding drunk.
That's
Yep.
it first.
Did Jeremy feel like the offense came once?
Yeah, when
Yeah,
you were
that
like,
was-
it's
that
a
was
fae,
the-
they were
yeah.
like, you go fuck yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
like,
Well-
that was you know that your people are pretty superstitious.
Yeah.
The hunters are worse. So when it comes to the, for them, the fae creatures snatch up children and that kind of thing. So it's, you know, like it's
It's hard.
very bad.
Jeremy, it's hard to lie
Like-
when they fly.
Right? Like
In
old
front of
German folktale bad. You know what I'm talking about? Where they just cook and eat children all the time.
The Kolakara tribe, a lot of Goblin tribes are fearful of Fae. If they're not trying to capture them, they don't want anything to do with them.
I'm gonna pick
So-
up the jug and
This is
tow
the
them
equivalent of
ways
seeing
away.
an undead, but not necessarily the same connotations for you specifically, Rabos. But like the same level of like, that's magic as fuck. Uh-oh. For most people.
Jeremy doesn't pass judgment because Jeremy knows how it feels, but that's not all goblins.
And actually, so both Rybos and Jeremy, you guys have both felt this prejudice a little bit because magic is not frowned upon, but if it's not understood, then people go,
That's weird.
yeah. So like, if somebody's dressed in a wizard robe and then they shoot magic, they're like, "That's a wizard. I need to get the hell out of here." It's like if somebody walked down the street covered in body armor with no identifiers of who they are, with a gun in their hand, you'd be like,
I should probably go.
"I should go home." Yeah, that kind of thing. So it's similar vibe. But you know, a police officer walking down the street, you're like, "All right, I know that they're supposed to be somewhere." You know what I mean? That's how that goes.
He's gonna pick up the jug and kind of like wobble like 10 feet away from everybody,
Sure.
and then fly in the jug and just.
Just floating,
In the wine.
it's like just above the wine. just-
Drowning in the
yeah.
wine.
I drank enough to give me space. You hear loud sigh
Just
is
coming out of the top of the
the
bottle.
jug.
Miss Garland, where do we go from here?
There's a
need to-
town
We need to get rid of this spot.
within 7 days of here that we should be able to find a clergy to help us.
What is the name of this town?
I'd have to check my maps.
Now is not the time. Do you know the direction?
Northwest. If we follow the road, we'll make it. But we have to go through the goblin territory, and we just didn't make friends.
I don't know that walking down the road with a corpse is going to make us very popular.
Very good point. I don't know how we're going to make it into the city, especially with wartime. People are probably locked down from the attack. So
It is interesting that none of the other goblin tribes were attacked, though. That
You got one?
seems odd. But
are others?
I'm not going to.
More deep
project
into the
my
woods?
bedroll.
there's other tribes.
So was yours on the outskirts?
It was about a 2-day from the city.
Hmm.
And the rest, I believe, are a little further.
They're all in the same wooded area.
Okay, but I
it,
wasn't
it,
sure
it
if
depends
she
on how far into the woods you walk and that kind of thing. But they're all in the same general area. Jeremy's tribe was the one that was the most connected to the city.
Okay.
So it was closest to it as well. So it made sense that if any of them got attacked, it would be them.
All right. Well, there's Lorir. That's the city, and
Yep.
then it goes from there. And then Jeremy's tribe, Torari, and then we have Tayat Kopak, the loggers and the coal miners. And we have the Kolatkara, which we just encountered, so can't totally go there. They're the hunters.
You know that the coal miners are they're northeast along the side of the mountain. So if you guys traveled along these things, you'd come up to the Goblin Mine.
Okay, is that in the direction that?
Yeah. So basically,
Okay.
you have to go more or less due north. You could go west to get to a road and then go north, or you could go to the northeast and then pass by this town, go through there. Or not, it's not a town; it's a little mining community. Pass through there to go towards the city.
All right.
There are villages in between here and there, but this is they're not large enough to have a city, a clergy of their own. You know, they're not going to have somebody who can perform the magic that is necessary. And by how Yizgalan's been talking, there's something that they have to do with magic to prolong this process. Because that's not your final destination. That is a stepping stone. That is to buy you more time to get to where you need to go.
Well, Tayat Kopak is probably the best village along the way. Seems like these goblins from Kolatkara, they let us go, and I don't think that they're going to say much, especially to another tribe. So,
They're definitely going to talk about it.
but maybe not.
It might not get to them right away, but it
Right.
will eventually get
If
to
we
them.
hurry, we might be able to beat the gossip. But Sunny,
I'm gonna jug over.
I like
You're just hearing
Sunny.
Yeah, I'm not even
needs
listening.
to stay put.
He's gone. Points out also, if we march through the night, we won't get much sleep, and we've taken quite a beating.
Do we just rest here? Or what if these hunters come back?
I'm not sure.
Do worry about territory. I
So
mean,
we-
them being right here means
It's
probably in it.
We should travel some and then make camp, I say.
I agree. Even a little middle ground between tribes.
Yes. Probably get
You guys figure if you travel through the night, you'll make it to the
No,
next
it's
town.
pretty comforting.
Sorry, the Goblin coal
Sure.
mining community.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So
So
do we
we-
make it to the town, or do we just try to go somewhere that isn't here? Find somewhere to hide for a while.
Somewhere that isn't here, at least for tonight.
We'll
Yes,
travel a little
yes.
and maybe we can.
Okay. So
Make camp.
2-3 hours, that kind of thing.
Yes.
All right. So anyone who wants to make a survival,
I have that proficiency.
Try as
ahead.
well.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't.
Big hitter.
16.
16. You're
Anybody notice the fairy in the jar?
I was going to say, as we start to travel, I'm going to pick up
sure.
Uh,
Just have a jug.
Sonny's jug and just carry it with me.
Sure. Sure. So Yizgalan has the heir's corpse, kind of walking through, and she ends up saying, like, one of you please go scout out ahead, just to see if we have a spot to go.
Jeremy will stay with the group just in case we encounter more goblins. I can be a smooth talker if everything goes well.
Here I go.
All right, so go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah.
And then you got a 16. So after 2-3 hours, you are able to find a location that would be suitable and hidden well away enough that you think that unless they were if they're hunting you, probably going to find you. But if they're not hunting you, they're not going to see you by accident. What'd you get?
24.
24. You do spot a few goblin hunting parties, and you're able to kind of direct the group away from the area.
All right.
Keeping from getting into any further confrontations. You're not sure if they're looking for you or if they're just walking around,
Right.
but from what Jeremy said, likely just walking around.
Right.
Yeah.
Beauty.
So you're able to make it up to this little, almost like a goat path up a little bit, and then a mini clearing. It's not very comfortable, and you're unable to set up a campfire, or otherwise you'll be spotted. But you're able to set up camp and rest for the night, if you'd like.
All right. I will start taking off my armor so I can get a good rest.
Jeremy's gonna take that other rune book out and kind of compare
Sure.
the two and see if they match before she goes to sleep.
They are the same lettering.
Okay.
You can't read either.
Right, but they all
Yes.
look the same
Yep.
all the way through.
Yeah, but same lettering, but not the same style. No. This one has pictures of different things that you're not sure what they are, but they're drawings and things of that nature. And
Another project.
You're right. Yeah, you'd have to study it for quite a bit.
Okay.
This other book you haven't mastered, but you've gotten some of the stuff figured out. You've figured out this one is some sort of instructional book to use word magic, and this other book is.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Right.
But go ahead and make an initial investigation check just to kind of glean what it would be about.
Investigation. That is going to be 13.
13. So looking through it and giving the context of the area, maybe it's a potion book? Maybe. Who knows?
Okay. Perfect.
I'm gonna, as I'm taking my armor off and getting ready to rest, I'm gonna take the pieces of the armor that we found out and just kind of compare to what I have and try to get a better idea of what needs to be repaired, if it's going to be usable.
Are you proficient in Smith's tools? All right, go ahead and roll an intelligence.
No bonus.
Oh,
Nat
look at
20.
that.
Hey, there you go. Go ahead and snap a photo of that. So looking at it and being familiar with how your people's armor works, this is an old, not super old, but this is an old version of one of your people's armors. Very likely an orcish band came down there, died, and then got taken over by this thing. So this is orcish style armor. So you're like, oh yeah, all right, I see. This goes there, that's there. You don't have the materials and the expertise to put it together properly, but you do know that if you use this in conjunction with some of the armor that you have and kind of upgrade the pieces, you can take your split mail and turn it into half plate.
Nice.
I'll notice that we kind of have all
Right.
stopped.
Did you cork the bottle? Did it just
I think I would have the cork. I don't know if you would be able to do that.
that's weird. You pull the cork off and you shrink down with the cork.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Nobody's
so it
locking
would-
me in.
weird.
You
Yeah.
could
You
like
can
cork
actually-
it from the inside.
No one would be able to get to you. You would also suffocate in there,
Yeah.
but you know,
Eventually.
you know.
You'd suffocate happy.
Yep, that's right. Die happy.
I would, I'm gonna peek out. Be like, you guys going to sleep?
She come out as like in a tree, just hanging out.
I guess I'll take the first one.
And I'm gonna fly over and be like, what you
So
working on?
I start putting my armor back on.
Sure. There you go. Yeah. Right. Is Jeremy going to bed?
Yep, Jeremy, after looking and being like, closes her books and puts her hat kind of like over her eyes.
Right. Lays down.
Yep.
Sonny, what do you got going on?
I was watching him work on his armor.
Sure,
And
sure.
so I'm just,
Yep. He kind of just looked at it for a while and then compared some things and nodded to himself and decided to put things away. And he kind of mumbles to himself here and there.
I'm gonna like mimic his, yeah, looks like it's gonna fit. That's some fine ding ding ding.
Some
That'll
Hey,
work.
already.
ding,
Oh, yeah.
ding, dings. That's cute.
So what are we looking for?
We're just looking for anything that's looking for us, really.
Maybe there's lots of things that are looking for us. Is that tree looking for us?
I hope not.
What about those mushrooms? They kind of look like they're staring at us.
Are you okay with that? Did you have too much to drink again?
No,
Did you eat some of those mushrooms?
no.
Probably a good idea to not do that.
I didn't.
Okay. Can you see in the dark?
Not very well.
All right, stay near me.
Okay. And I'll plop on his shoulder.
There you go. Yep. All right, go ahead and roll perception checks, the both of you.
19.
19.
That's a 7, I think.
7.
Yeah.
Sonny's staring
happy
up
to be
at
there.
the trees. So at 19, you see some movement occasionally, but nothing that's coming this direction. And after an appropriate amount of time for your watch, so how it ends up working is there's an 8-hour. Oh, what is it? Yeah, is it an 8-hour block?
For a long rest?
Yeah.
Yes, but you can. That includes taking a watch, so you can sleep for 6 hours, watch for 2 hours. So you take your 2-hour watch, and you're like, "Okay, if I don't get some sleep, I'm going to be dog tired tomorrow."
Yeah.
And who are you tagging, or just going to bed?
I'll remember how hurt Isgalin was and not wake her up. And
You actually noticed that when you came back out, all of her injuries were healed.
oh, in that case, I'll wake her up because I trust
She
her
took
the
one of
most
the potions.
to take watch.
Sure. Yeah,
Hey, wake up! It's your turn. I need
Well.
to sleep.
Stay with the body, please. And kind of gets up and the body's like in a blanket, like wrapped up.
Oh, yeah. See, there we go.
Yeah, like and Yasgalin is just laying on the floor, cold.
Are you expecting it to reanimate?
No, I just in case someone steals it or something. Someone killed him, and then they tried to kill us for having it. So
Fair enough.
goes off and sits on part of the cliff and just stares out for a while.
I'll sleep with my head on the corpse's lap
Nice.
Do I need to
after removing my
Yes.
armor.
Okay.
Breathing.
Yep. When
That
and weirdly
dead
enough, it's
body
only when you got to the mortal realm. Well, when you were in the
It
Feywild,
will
you
give
didn't have
me
to, and now you get tired.
Incensed
Okay.
dreams.
I'm pretty sure.
I tried to look it up and I couldn't recall. So
I,
I just
if
need
it
a
doesn't
reminder.
say, then it because it'll say specifically you don't sleep or eat or blah 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 blah. blah.
Perfect.
All right. And after a couple hours, she's going to wake up Shkaba. You you have good eyes and ears, correct?
Sure, yeah, let's go
Would you
there.
mind keeping a watch?
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
And she lays back down
Okay.
next to Rivos and the corpse. And yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
I'll curl
Big
up in like
rolls
the
here.
base of his arm. Where
There you
he
go.
sleeps.
Oh,
17.
17. You do notice that people get awfully close, but they kind of are looking around and they see tracks and then kind of point up the thing. And then they just kind of stand around conversing for a little while. They seem to have tracked your position.
Oh, no. Okay. Who do I want to wake up next? Fuck. I go to Sunny and I'm like, Sunny, they know we're here. Hey, Sunny,
It's like the last person I would have picked. All right.
they know we're here. Sunny!
Oh gosh!
Here.
Oh,
Right
right.
Here
Never
I
mind.
Just
Stick her in the tub. Plug a little feather.
Drool.
Rose? They know we're here.
right. Yeah. Anyone who wants to wake up from that can.
Who, the Corsair is here?
Somebody has tracked our position to here.
Jumps a big old
Ognash is dead.
I don't know who that is.
This guy kind of gets up and
Village.
goes, ooh,
Oh, it must have been.
pulls out a bow.
It must have been the corpse. Who?
He
Where are
gets
they?
up and starts looking off the cliff side. Doesn't really know what's going on, but figures.
What
I'll,
is happening?
I'll at least
I'm in the
pick up
jug,
my
right?
shield
In
and
the jug.
start strapping the shield on at least.
Shkaba, there's no one here.
There was somebody, I swear to that. I saw them with my eyes, and they looked up here. They were like, oh,
So they know we're here, but they left.
I'm assuming so, yes.
Maybe we should leave too. Did you get to know Frest?
No.
Never.
So this has been 4 hours. No, 5 hours in.
Oh, that's not
Yeah. Yeah, 5 hours in, but not everyone got. So you only got 3 hours of sleep. Same with, yeah.
So I at least got a short rest.
Yes, definitely short rest, but not long rest. Like, do we leave or do we stay? I'm pretty sure we can take goblins. No offense.
I really don't think that
If they're attacking, what choice do we
they're
have?
not. So let's not.
But if they
entice
do,
them. We
are
can
you on
use-
our side or their side?
I can talk to them at least. I'm on your side, but we can always
Okay,
talk
all right,
first.
you talk first, but
So we
just
stay.
in case, I just need you to know.
I understand. Because a sigh, just
He
like
goes back and lays next to the thing to wake me up if we're being attacked.
Same here. And I
Alright.
lay back down. I leave my shield on.
Right.
Shkaba, I'm up now. Take me to the spot where you saw. I'll go from there.
Sure. It was right down at the basically where the goat path is and all that, and they just tracked your feet to there. And yeah, you don't see anything now, but
Well,
Yeah.
Shkaba, go get some sleep, finish up, and I'll take the last of this watch.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and make a perception.
5.
So you get lost in thought thinking about all of the things that have happened over the last 24 hours. Not even 24, the last 12 hours, last 6 hours. You know what I mean? It's been a whirlwind, and now you're on this harebrained quest to talk to a dead guy in a city that you've never been to and you've only heard of once or twice.
What am I doing?
Watching out for your own kind, so that it could, as they're trying to maybe kill you.
How did Jeremy get wrapped up into all this
Uh,
politics?
You don't see anyone, but you end up. The sun starts to come up, and you know that it's time to wake everyone up.
All right. And just kind of stands up. She was like sitting just kind of like in thought and stands up and, all right, goes back to the group. All right, everyone. Starts to clap her hands lightly. Wake up.
There's no applause necessary. Oh, sorry.
All right, sun is up. We
I
should
am
move.
up. Here I am.
All right.
He just kind of gets up and rubs her ass. She goes, "It is too early.
All right.
We need to move."
We do. Sunny, you need to stay put
I need
and
5
out of view.
minutes.
Okay.
Put the armor on and start
Right.
piecing it all, strapping,
My jug.
Oh, yeah.
clipping, bracing, adjusting.
Thank you. I fly back in his pocket. He's gonna carry my jug.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that'll cut down on the weight pretty
Yep.
significantly. It was a lot of the other stuff that you brought along with too. You just got boxes of
Ripping
crap.
and going apart.
Yep.
I fixed it, and it's gold now.
And that's actually where we're going to
Matters.
end it.
All
But,
right.
you guys moving on to the next town and all that good stuff.
Level 2.
All right.
Yes, level 2. So yeah. And for the health, it's you roll, and then if you don't get the minimum, the minimum is half the dice number plus 1.
Yep.
So a D8 would be 5 minimum, which is most people. 'Cause that's
All right.
how it works.
And you can roll and pick which one.
What?
Did you say you can roll and
No,
pick which
no,
one?
no.
Oh,
So,
I was like, that's
no,
a
no.
weird thing. I was
No,
like,
most people have
I'm gonna
that
pick a
one.
D10.
Oh.
I think you're a D8. You're
Yep,
a D8.
yep.
You're a D. Yeah, everyone's a D8.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you guys all minimum is 5 that you can roll for your health,
Okay.
because that way it's harder to kill you and therefore easier to not kill you
Mm-hmm.
at this low of a level.
Yes. We've already been almost easily killed.
Yay! Yeah.
All right.
That's why. Yeah. There's some tough fights there, but you guys figured it out.
Did
That was
it.
exciting.
Teamwork.
Strategy.
Yeah.
All right, so
Killed that
go ahead and this will be up on Sunday. So if you're watching Sunday, hi, and if you're watching on Monday, hi. So This will be up on Spotify and YouTube and a bunch of other stuff that
Tubes of you.
Anchor just slaps it up on a bunch of things, and I think it's on Apple Podcasts, but I'm not entirely sure.
If you find
We'll
it,
figure
good
it
for you.
out. Yes.
Yes. So, and then we'll come up with a name for this whenever we end up figuring out what that name's going to be.
We'll have
All
it
right,
for you.
you'll know what the name is before we do. Kind of, in a weird way, right?
No, because we had a name. We gotta
figured it out
come up
last
with it,
time.
and then
It's all this
Then we
time
have-
Yeah,
travel
but right
crap.
now we don't know it, so
Right.
they're watching
Yeah,
it
yeah,
right
there's
now,
a video
so they'll
recording
know
of
it now,
Sure,
but
sure.
we don't.
right.
So
Did
kind
you
of
catch
in a
all that,
way,
guys?
with
Okay.
the little wibbly
So
wobbly,
we're good to
timey wimey
go.
action,
Yeah.
you'll know before we
We're
do.
gonna go.
Bye, guys.